wanna touch all over your body. I just wanna kiss all over your body. I don't want you fucking with nobody, yaddy yaddy. Shawty know she thicker than a chimichanga. Preach. I let her lick the rapper, feel like Willy Wonka. Preach. Shining on them bitches, why they throwing shade? Why? Her skin tone, strawberry lemonade. I want her between the sheets, yeah. But shawty for the streets, yeah. She know I got a wife, and she got plenty freaks. She dancing in the club, I'm in VIP, and she killing that shit like R.I.P. Bad to the bone, I just might not make it home. You know how it be when you next to honeycomb. Feel like Pretty Ricky when she grind on me. Fuck around and she gon' get this BBC. Lottie-dottie, we like to party. I just wanna touch all over your body. I just wanna kiss all over your body. I don't want you fucking with nobody, yaddy yaddy. Lottie-dottie, we like to party. I just wanna touch all over your body. I just wanna kiss all over your body. I don't want you fucking with nobody, yaddy yaddy. Shawty know she thicker than a chimichanga. Preach. I let her lick the rapper, feel like Willy Wonka. Preach. Shining on them bitches, why they throwing shade? Why? Her skin tone, strawberry lemonade. Weed and liquor got my mind spinning like a wheel. Yeah. I got motion, shawty, even when I'm standing still. Yeah. Can't swim but wanna drown in it. Crystal Lake, thought it was an earthquake when she made that thing shake. I don't see nothing wrong, fuck that hating, girl, you grown. You don't owe me nothing but a dance to the song. So bring that big pretty thing close to me. Club about to close, I need to touch it expeditiously. Lottie-dottie, we like to party. I just wanna touch all over your body. I just wanna kiss all over your body. I don't want you fucking with nobody, yaddy yaddy. Lottie-dottie, we like to party. I just wanna touch all over your body. I just wanna kiss all over your body. I don't want you fucking with nobody, yaddy yaddy. Lottie-dottie, we like to party. I just wanna touch all over your body. I just wanna kiss all over your body. I don't want you fucking with nobody, yaddy yaddy. Lottie-dottie, we like to party. I just wanna touch all over your body. I just wanna kiss all over your body. I don't want you fucking with nobody, yaddy yaddy. Shawty know she thicker than a chimichanga. Preach. I let her lick the rapper, feel like Willy Wonka. Preach. Shining on them bitches, why they throwing shade? Why? Her skin tone, strawberry lemonade. I want her between the sheets, yeah. But shawty for the streets, yeah. She know I got a wife, and she got plenty freaks. She dancing in the club, I'm in VIP, and she killing that shit like R.I.P. Bad to the bone, I just might not make it home. You know how it be when you next to honeycomb. Feel like Pretty Ricky when she grind on me. Fuck around and she gon' get this BBC. Lottie-dottie, we like to party. I just wanna touch all over your body. I just wanna kiss all over your body. I don't want you fucking with nobody, yaddy yaddy. Lottie-dottie, we like to party. I just wanna touch all over your body. I just wanna kiss all over your body. I don't want you fucking with nobody, yaddy yaddy.
All right, yeah. What's going on? What is going on? Honey, I had to come on here because I see these YouTube streets have been hot. They on fire, but they was quiet, for a couple of months. It's been a long time. And I see now that everybody is, just they get a little bit of information, and they just go crazy. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? But yeah. So I see we have the infamous scammer over there trying to feed her chat a whole bunch of lies. That's why I came on here. Cause y'all know I don't come on here unless I'm, coming to uh tell the truth about some shit because it's a lot of lies being told and they always like to do what I say, gang up on people. So yeah, they call themselves trying to gang up on Dana, and Dana paying their ass dust because Dana is on a movie set, something they ass will never be on. But yeah, what's going on, everybody? What is going on? I see these YouTube streets is on fire, literally. Yes, yes. I know there's probably a couple of the bush watchers that's watching for the ops, as I like to call their ass, because that's what they is. You know, the scamming crew. The crew that likes the docs, and they did a lot of that last night. So while we were sleeping yesterday, what's up, Audra? While we were sleeping and yeah, minding our own business. Well, yeah, me anyway. um, I see that there was a lot of things that got played last night, and I had a little question. And let me just do this because one thing about me, I'm very direct, never indirect. So I want to drop this link for anybody that may feel froggy. You feel me? Anybody that feel froggy? Cause I say what I want to say over here. This my shit for real. So literally, I say what I want to say over here. But yeah, anybody that feel froggy, there go that link. You can hit that anytime. Cause like I said, I'm always direct, never indirect. But yeah, the Light Warrior and one of her fuck buddies, as I like to call them, because these hoes get down on these YouTube streets. Um, call themselves going live and want to have something to say yesterday about Dana. Now, let me just get say a couple of things on that. There's no issue with you talking about the man. That's not the issue. Cause y'all welcome to say what you want to say. It's a free country. But when you get to talking about folks on child support stuff that goes on in their personal life, nobody have to come on here and prove shit to you, Angie. And this is a direct at your ass. Because you said some shit that you said he should come on here and show that he's being a good dad, or he should show where he's taking care of his kids. He don't have to show you shit. That's what y'all fail to realize. Just because somebody supports R. Kelly, that does not mean that they have to tell you anything that's going on in their personal life. Nothing. And that's y'all problem. See, when y'all don't know about a person, or y'all don't know something that's going on in that person's life, y'all like to dig and dig and dig until you find some shit. Now, me, I don't give a fuck what you go in my background and dig up, find, or you may find some shit that I owe, you may not. Who cares? Because at the end of the day, if you ain't gonna write a check and pay that shit, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna pay your ass dust. What you say, Audra? But they think they slick though. Angie put his address and phone number too with his real name. What you said with his real name? Had the nerve to play it again today, shaking my head. Oh, Ilvia had the nerve. Uh-huh. But see, this is what they do. This is their form and tactics of harassment. But they would say that Dana's harassing people and that he's stalking and that he's doing this. But we see who's doing it, because at the end of the day, his personal life with his kids and what he does do and don't do, or whether he has an apartment, or whether he has a roommate. See, these are the things that they have been searching for many years to find out about Dana. And they don't understand how he is able to live how he live and not be bothered. I wouldn't be bothered either. They mad because they the ones on the internet having to beg and borrow and have people to take care of them via Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and all of the other ways that they've asked for these cash apps and things of that nature. Um, Over here, with the people of the Dream Team, we are very hard working. We get up every day and we take our asses to work. We do not have time to sit up on the internet and beg. You understand? Oh yeah, he should sue them, and he's taking Ilvia, the scammer, to court while she's online trying to plead her case about that damn car that people have heard the story uh over a million times about this same damn car that she's crying about. And furthermore, about that car that she keep crying about, who in the fuck in a right mind is going to pay for a car that you don't even own? It was said that y'all owned the car, but clearly if you were paying, if you still had a car note on the car, then you didn't own the car, dumbass. See, this is the problem I have with these dummies. Okay, they think that you supposed to pay for a car that they still paying on, knowing. And like I said before, we already told Dana that there was a possibility that by him paying the notes on the car, that they were going to try to take the car back from him, and he's paid the car off. So if he paid the car off and y'all still owe car notes, but y'all name is still on the car, how in the fuck did you expect him to get a tag? He can't get a tag to put in his name if he don't own the car, dummy. I mean, I'm just saying. And then she told her people everything but the fact that she went and had somebody take the plates, or she got the plates herself off of the car. So my thing is, you told everybody that part, but why you didn't tell people how you got the plates off the car? And you said that he destroyed the car, but wait a minute, who said? How could you come to that conclusion? You took the plates off the car, Sylvia, and there is video record of you saying that you took the plates off the car. Nobody has to get on here and lie on this lady, and that's what she seems to think. Oh, everybody's just lying on me and picking on me and this, that, and the third. No, you don't like it when people tell the truth on your ass. What you say, Audra? What she did with that car is called theft by deception, which is one of the charges that Ernesto had. Shaking my head. So why is the courts not looking into that? The courts need to be looking into anything that is concerning Sylvia. And another thing that they need to look into is, why is it, and I do mean, why is it that whenever Brian Steele or any of those YSL attorneys have a case, why is it that she's always at one of their court cases? Just like she attached herself and tried to attach herself to R. Kelly lawyers, she's trying to do the same thing to YSL attorneys. Because every time you turn around, whatever case they got, she's there. Just like she was at R. Kelly, trying to get in contact with Nicole, trying to be close to Nicole, taking up money, um, allegedly for Nicole and sending it. And we ain't even gonna say allegedly because that was true, and there's proof that that happened. So I don't have to say allegedly on none of that shit. But anyway, she was um taking up money for banners and petitions and a lot of the fundraising shit that happened in R. Kelly case. But then yet and still the other day you get on your platform and said that people are mad because you don't do R. Kelly content and R. Kelly ain't bringing you no money. We know he not bringing you no money anymore because you done used all of R. Kelly's supporters money already. You didn't already bleeded they ass dry. So I mean, I'm just saying, yeah, of course he's not gonna. It's not bringing you any money. You don't have a way to scam. Everybody already know who and what you are. So of course, for you, it's going to be on to the next. What's up, Miss Virgo? What you said, Audra? Everybody is focused on Carmelo Anthony. She won't touch his case because she is the op, meaning she would have to speak against Carmelo because she's a federal agent. I don't know if she's a federal agent or not. I don't know what that lady got going on. All I know is she's a fucking liar. She's a big ass liar, and she sits around want people to feel sorry for her, and she wants people to come over there and give her cash apps and shit like that because she's in need. That lady is in need. She is right over there right now. You got a whole court case that you got to go to court for. And you over there trying to plead your case about a car and talking about the way the friendship ended between you and the guy that bought the car from you. The way the friendship ended was you was a backstabbing ass motherfucker. You was sending this man's information around YouTube. You were stalking and harassing people. You were sending off this man's kids pictures of his children. You and your buddies, your home girl to be exact. You would send people on this platform because, as you like to do, you incorporate people in your chat to do your dirty work. What you said, Miss Virgo? I'm so tired of these people messing with Dana. It's sad that they can move on like Dana did. They can't move on because see, this feeds their channels. It feeds they for the clicks and views. They love that shit. They love this YouTube shit because this is how they make their money. These people get paid to come on YouTube with the bullshit. What's up, Galatians? Girl, you know I just come out here, honey. It ain't gonna never be no notification. You know how YouTube do for real. But yeah, this is how these people make their money. They sit up on this motherfucking app. They talk shit about people. They dox people and pull up people information. This is the same shit that bitch Angie did last night. And yes, I called you a bitch. I want you to know I said it. And you ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing but get on your motherfucking platform and make 1,000 fucking videos and talk shit. I don't give a fuck. Hold on, let me get Audra. What's up, Audra?
Hey, how you doing? So, I just want to say I saw the live last night, and it was so
Hmm.
long. I actually think I took a nap and woke back up. And as soon as I opened my eyes, his address was on the screen. I was
Yeah,
blown away. His address and his phone number. And I
yeah,
almost texted him or called him last night, like, no. But I wanted to, he needs to get this because just think about it. What she's doing, she's trying to get her people, anyone who likes her enough or believes her enough, right,
hmm,
to do something to him.
yeah,
I've been
exactly.
told, when I first told Dana this, right? I told him this back in 2023
Hmm.
because I was watching her since February 2023. It was a live with her, Miss Spit and Fire, Miss Lady D, and I went up
Right.
on a live, but I had just started watching, in February 2023 because I shut down my Facebook page for a while, like I do that sometimes, and I just started looking on YouTube, and it was that song that okay, what do you call it, Boozy? If you remember, it was like December, January, or February in 2023 where he played that song. He was talking about,
Right.
you know, and so I started listening to all it, just the admit and there's one I really, really like. It's an uplifting one. But admit is a good one, but it's
Was it
not
he
like
saved?
no, it's the one.
R. Kelly, you saved?
No, it's the one I play it a lot. I ain't played it in a while. Let me pull it up. Hold on. I was doing some research on my computer. Let me go to
Oh,
another
okay.
tab. It's called Last Man Standing. Yep,
Oh,
R.
okay, okay,
Kelly.
yeah.
That one right there. And I'm like, I'm listening to these lyrics, like what he's saying. And then I go on to YouTube. I'm like, I'm blown away. I didn't even know he got convicted. I thought he was still going
Mhm.
to court or something, right? I didn't know. And I followed the what do you call it? The Bill Cosby case,
Oh,
in
yeah,
in
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure when we were younger we all followed the OJ Simpson case, the Michael Jackson
Right,
case,
right.
Tupac,
Mhm.
uh the boxer, you know. Um so this is part of our fabric now, that in like the Carmelo Anthony case, everybody that if you're African American, you're following that case, you know.
Exactly.
And it just so happens that with me, because I had the experience of it, 4.5 years of going to court, reading police reports, finding things that were changed, right? Like I was working one job and my time card was in Central Standard Time. Don't you know they changed the police report to say I did something on one of my 10-minute breaks? But I told them in court,
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
but my job is in Central Standard Time like that. And the judge himself dismissed that case. This person lied on me again,
Mm.
but the prosecutors padded that police report. Hold on.
Yeah, cause like last night, I even
They
I saw a
tried to add
video
extra
where
stuff.
Sylvia.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I saw a video where Sylvia was trying to dox you and get people in her chat to look you
Man,
up and look up your
she
information, and I was like, what the fuck is she
yeah.
doing?
And what's the name? Vila North saw that.
Yeah.
Everybody saw that. That's the thing. She knows what she's doing. She know all of her Nesto crew, all of her YSL crew, and those that are still with her
Mhm.
from R. Kelly, those that are really part of the enterprise or whatever they got going on, Oak Cove or whatever, they were not for R. Kelly. And they were put out here to damage his reputation like they're doing now. Just like the his
Mhm.
daughter came out with it. They're trying to damage him. Now, with that, I don't know what in her brain makes her think that's okay. Because number one, you're not stupid. You're not dumb. You can
Right.
pretend and talk in a baby voice all you want. Because everyone can tell when she changes
Mhm.
up her voice. Okay?
Oh yeah,
You're not genuine.
definitely.
Yeah. And I feel sorry for people like, what's his name? Woody. Because he has let her know, I don't have nobody. I don't have no mother, no father. You know what I'm saying? He saw Charleston Wright as a fatherly or uncle type figure.
Well,
You
see,
know what I'm
she's
saying?
using to me, she's using Woody, if you ask me, because
She's
and then
trying
people
to.
will say, "Oh, well, Woody is constantly getting pulled over." Yeah, I
She
honestly
probably got an
believe that.
air tag on it. And,
That's what
and
I
I saw
said.
people
Yeah,
in
because
his chat telling
he
him,
found the
you can,
tracker.
yeah,
He found the tracker on his car not too long ago, maybe
yeah.
like a month or two ago.
And
He found the
if you
tracker.
know anything about the feds or anything about the government, when they want you, you can get put in prison just because you stood up beside somebody's car, just because somebody sent a box to your house and you open it and boom, what's in it? And the police standing right outside your door. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And with her background, so when I'm asking you guys for a timeline, because she said this on Spitting Fire, she said that she met Demetrius Smith in July or August 2018. July or August 2018. Well, Surviving R. Kelly didn't come out until 2019. Was it February, January 2019? I didn't watch
Something
it,
like
but I
that.
know it came out.
But here's the thing though. She was talking to Demetrius Smith prior to surviving R.
That's
Kelly,
what I'm, that's what I'm
because
telling you
she
now.
said
She
she was
said it.
trying to get some information from him, but he had already wrote a book.
But who
So
knew
there was
about
a book.
Demetrius Smith before 2019, before Surviving R. Kelly aired?
You said who knew about who? Demetrius Smith?
Yeah, before it aired. Like, was there some previews in 2018 on the Lifetime or whatever channel it came on? Were there any
Not
previews?
that I saw. I mean, if
Exactly.
it was, I didn't see it. So
Exactly. So she already knew Demetrius Smith because she was already working with them people in 2018. That was my point of the whole timeline. She said it
right.
herself on Spitting Fire several times, and Spitting Fire asked her again and again, and she said it
Well,
again and again.
she's never gonna be fully. She's never gonna be fully honest about anything, and
No, no, no. She
especially
was
the
honest. She didn't get the
situation.
years messed up. She didn't get the years mixed up. And that's the thing. Spitting Fire got her. You said, you sure it wasn't not 2019? Whatever she said,
Oh
this
no,
lady
no, she
repeated
said
it.
it on several occasions that it was 2018. But I'm just
18.
saying, she's never going to be right. But she's never going to be truthful
Right.
about
So,
the reason that she
yeah.
was
So
talking to him.
so that got me to believe that this lady is either a sociopath, okay? Which would, explain how she feels she can do what she's allegedly done to a child and feel okay with going after an innocent man to pat his case, you
Right.
know, or she does have a learning disorder, which would still explain why you think you can do and say certain things and nobody won't catch on. Like, I can catch on that you were working behind the scenes before there was even a case, even, you know what I'm saying, really thought
Exactly.
about.
Exactly.
Because R.
Yeah.
Kelly, yeah, he started trying to get his catalog. Yeah, the government was planning and plotting at least since 2015. Because we know with Azrael and her parents, one of them, either Angelo or Alice, they were in trouble with the feds. Because
Mm,
if you play back that video where Alice is in her living room, sitting on her couch giving an interview, she said she called the feds first to the Dolphin Hotel. She called the feds first.
right.
Who calls the feds? Don't you call the FBI, or you call FDLE, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, or you call ICE or the Department of Homeland Security, or whichever department within the FBI that handles that sort of situation? Which, who would know to do that? Who would know that this was a human trafficking thing? Who even thought of such a thing? So you would not do that. You would not call the feds first. You would call your local police, your local sheriff, or 911. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. I mean,
So
that's
when they came to that Dolphin Hotel, they expected to see Azrael unclothed or Azrael touched by R. Kelly or something. So because it did not happen though, okay? Because it did not happen. Azrael told the police it did not happen. Azrael gave them her real age, because if not, she would have been in the jail for
mhm,
giving false information, all that. So they knew her. He knew her real age. If he didn't know her real age, right? The police would never have came. The police ain't gonna come if you say my daughter's 18. They're like, okay, why are
well,
you calling
that's why
us?
they had to. That's why they said, well, I'm not gonna say her parents per se, but the Savages. If you recall what they said, they had to go back and re-strategize and figure out how it was that they could get him on a charge when it came to their daughter, because she was over age. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
I
if you
mean,
ask
only way
me,
you're gonna
they
get
all were
somebody,
in on it together.
you got
So
to say somebody kidnapped your child, and in that case, you participated in the kidnapping.
right,
Now, kidnapping carries life, but no one kidnapped your child, so that would be the only thing they could have came up with when they should have kept quiet. Because if you're saying he kidnapped your child and you helped it, aided and abetted that, then you are just as guilty. So that's what I'm saying. Back to the Dolphin Hotel, when the police showed up and proved that, okay, number one, she's 17, proved that, okay, she's safe, she hadn't been touched, right? So that goes to the play of the federal agents that Alice Clary called. And Alice Clary, they should be facing charges of attempted human trafficking of a minor. And in Florida, according to Florida statutes, that carries life. And Grady Judd, which is the sheriff of Polk County, he would have picked up that case against R. Kelly had they said what they said at federal court,
Mhm.
right? Because they knew not to contact Grady Judd. Grady Judd has gone out of the country to catch a predator. Well, he had his
Mhm.
own little thing going where he went out of the country to pick up men, to pick up people. He went out of the country. So he even went into a press conference, okay, and said that all he needed was the parents to come forward. He don't need to talk to Azrael. Anybody can come forward. It's called a witness. So there can be a trial against R. Kelly with no need for Azrael. But that didn't happen in Polk County because R. Kelly did not have sex with her while she was 17. He didn't touch her because Alice Clary prematurely called the police to the Dolphin Hotel. Besides, R. Kelly didn't want that girl for that. The girl said she was interested in music. He was respecting that. And
Right.
what other people aren't looking into is Alice arrived to the Omni Hotel in Jacksonville late at night. At that time, you trying to go to sleep. You're not trying to go see a concert, get singing auditions or nothing done. You're trying to go to sleep, to bed with this man. But he had his own place to stay. Now y'all tracking to the Dolphin Hotel. You know, he says, okay, I'm coming to the Dolphin. I'm gonna ride through, pull through Orlando, and you let him know up front that you're not interested in sex. You want to sing, you want to audition. And so he's like, okay. But you tried to set him up at the Omni in Jacksonville and at the Dolphin. And you called the feds first. But no one is talking about that. So when it comes to people like infamous Sylvia, when they broke down these reports, these trial transcripts, they have to read it in such a way to where you have to break it down, where you comprehending for the people that you're reading for in such a way. Like with the Carmelo Anthony case, how I read into it was it's a cover up.
Mhm.
The knife wasn't even his. This guy, Austin, had a knife. His brother said Austin grabbed his bag. He didn't say Carmelo's bag. And the girlfriend of Austin said that the knife was brand new to Carmelo. Nobody had ever seen Carmelo with that knife before. Had they seen Austin with it before? Either way, Austin didn't leave. I'm sorry, Carmelo didn't leave with his knife. And he didn't run from the police. He actually ran to the police for help. He ran to the resource officer for help. Now, when the police arrived on the scene, they didn't try to get the knife and take it into evidence, because they don't care if it rains on that knife because it's probably two sets of fingerprints on that knife. And they wanted that evidence deleted. But they did put into the report that they grabbed a bag and put it on top of the blue tarp that covered this knife. They didn't
Mhm.
say that the bag was unzipped, disheveled, nothing, with stuff falling out the bag. They didn't say that. They said they saw a bag and put it on top of the tarp to hold the tarp down. So that bag must have been in pretty good shape for them to grab it and put it on top of a weight down a tarp. And they found out that was Carmelo's backpack. So that number one tells me Carmelo did not open his backpack. So when I'm stating to you guys, when you read stuff, when you look into these cases, you have to be able to read between the
The
lines.
line. Mhm.
That's called critical thinking. Critical thinking.
Right.
And you have to be able to do that to draw what's called your own inference, right? Because I started saying all these things about the Carmelo Anthony case, and I started putting in different people chat, different people lives, and then this one attorney finally came out, and she said that Hunter could be charged with his own brother's death. She's not saying he's
Mm,
trying to cover it up, but I'm saying this to say that when it comes to the R. Kelly case, I did the same thing, and I did it that way because of my own experience. I can tell you that that police report of Carmelo Anthony, it was changed. You can actually in their report see. I guess they got to go into a system to do the report, right? So you got to think the police officers are probably at their car writing up this report, or on their phones, or they're in a different type of application writing
right.
up this report. So whoever edited that report, you can see the font size is different. Where they took something out or added something in, the font size is different on that report. And they had the guile to post the report online without fixing those little details. You know what I'm saying? So a person like me that have been through this, I can read it and say, they changed that. Hmm. This witness says Anthony grabbed his bag, but the brother just said Austin grabbed his bag. So whose bag? Who grabbed what bag? Well, we know that Carmelo Anthony's bag was in good shape because the police used a model bag, like a model witness or a model student, a model bag to weight down this tarp. Now, if they knew that bag was evidence, they would not have done that.
Right.
So
Well,
these,
you know, in any
mm-hmm,
situation, anyway, when it comes to us and them, it's
mm-hmm.
always going to be them, you
Yeah,
know,
they trying to
in
cover it
this
up. They
situation.
know Goodwill Hunter supposed to be charged with the murder of his own brother. And then they had him surrounded. They weigh 225 pounds each. The mother said that. They're both tall. And Hunter said, my brother is with me, whether I'm wrong or right. He said they made just one mistake. His brother made just one mistake. So your brother made one mistake, that he was this golden child. He was this great kid, you know, had
Well,
conflict resolution ability. He, was a humanitarian, but he didn't let this man sit under a tent to get on his phone to make a phone call out the rain. It was, they keep saying 5 seconds before
you know,
this,
they're going to
during this
spin
whole
it the
attack.
way they want to spin it.
They're going to, but it's up to us. It's up to us to break it down to determine, because number one, we're African American. We know what we've been through, and we know what they've done to keep us in this position. And when I tell you, it's not just on the criminal side, but I can get into things for as our finances, our property taxes, different things where our money, slavery didn't end. They got sophisticated, because you think during slavery we were supposed to benefit them financially. We're
Mm,
still benefiting them financially, and it's on a bigger scale,
right.
much bigger scale. I mean, if I went over this with you, it would blow your mind. You would probably vomit,
What's
because you're
up,
gonna like
sis?
all this work, you know. But my thing is with this R. Kelly thing and Sylvia is, how does she have the guile to do the things that she's doing? She went on her platform, brought me up. I'm just the person in the chat. I just had questions. You know,
Mm-hmm.
how many years were you on pre-trial? I'm a convicted felon. This, that, and the third.
Yeah, I heard her
Okay.
say that she was telling people in her chat that you was a convicted felon
Mm-hmm,
and that they could go look you up. And that's why I was like,
mm-hmm,
why would she encourage people in her chat to go look up another subscriber? But this is the stuff that her and her people have done
mm-hmm,
over the few years. Like I said, you
mm-hmm.
know, us being supporters had
Yeah.
our personal life has nothing to do with you supporting R. Kelly or not supporting R. Kelly or whoever you choose to support. That's your business.
Yeah.
But what you do in your personal time or in your personal life, that has nothing to do with YouTube. Whether you was
Unless
a
it's got
convicted
something to
felon or
do
not, right? With this
with
case,
this
and it
case.
doesn't. and it doesn't. So
And
for
in her
her,
case, it does,
but for
because she
her
was
to
on
go
pretrial release going from state to state on a violent charge against a minor.
right,
That's impossible. That's like
but
Carmelo
by
Anthony going from
her,
state to state.
but what I'm saying is by her instructing her chat to
Mhm.
tell them
Oh
to
yeah.
look you up and go find your information, that is a
Mhm.
form of doxing right there. So that's what I'm saying. Like
It's
these
not just
people,
doxing, it's actually a felony. It's called harassment and creating a lynch mob.
and that's what she
And
has
I could sue
basically
her.
done. She has basically done this over the past
Does
couple of
she own
years.
a house? Because I was told she doesn't.
I
Because I will
have
sue
no
her.
clue. To be honest, I have no clue. That's why I don't understand. Like these people, they be looking for
Hmm.
us so
Yeah.
hard. Like
And
they
the
have
the other
doxed my
thing,
kids, they have doxed both of my jobs. But
yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like you doxing my jobs for
Mhm.
what? Because that has nothing to do with YouTube
Yeah,
at
and
all.
the other thing too is she goes under infamous Sly and does her messiness, but under
That's
infamous Sylvia,
exactly.
right? Let me
She
finish.
go ahead,
Infamous
go ahead.
Sylvia is set up as a business. She said it's set up as an S corp, not an LLC. So that means what she does on infamous Sly, we can't sue her. Infamous Sylvia's business insurance,
Oh, wait a minute. Yes, you can. Why you can't?
because an S corp protects that, it protects your personal life. So, like if you're in a car accident in your own personal vehicle and you have an LLC, right? Even though you have
Mhm.
personal insurance on your car, I can sue your car insurance plus your LLC. I can sue for your house as well, if I wanted to. Okay.
Well, we don't
Now,
know if she have a house, and I'm like I
right.
said, I don't really give a fuck whether she has a
I'm
home or
I'm
not.
just using it as an example, but as an S corp and you're in a car accident in your personal vehicle, right? Under your personal insurance, they can't sue your S corp. So she's what she's doing on Infamous Five. She think nobody can sue her, but you're going live on both channels.
I mean, either way it go,
Mm-hmm.
it's still wrong to tell
Yeah.
somebody to look up your information and then telling the people that you were a convicted felon. That's the
Yeah.
issue that I took.
It's
I had the
harassing
issue with.
and it's
Right.
creating a lynch mob, and that's why I'm saying Rosie O'Donnell, one of the celebrities, was sued by George Zimmerman's parents for creating a lynch mob against George Zimmerman for the things that she said, because she has a bigger following. Just like Infamous Sylvia and Angie, they have a bigger following, and you don't just by accident put his name and address. And y'all know he done moved 1,001 times. And I've only been following you guys since February 2023. And I didn't even know Dana J. You know, I just finally went over to the Infamous Live channel one day and then boom. And come to find out, me and Dana had been on Big Vi's live before. Because I
Hmm.
went back and I played the one about Aaliyah and for Big Vi. I'm like, Dana J was on that live.
Right,
I didn't
Galatians.
even know him. And then he was the nicest, what I'm saying? He really is inviting, you know what I'm saying? He really wants people to be, into this fight with him, you know?
Hmm.
And if you go back and listen to that live, he was so kind to me, And he didn't say, well, people already figured that out or anything, you know what I'm saying? He tried to, find out what I knew, get a fresh set of eyes on the
Right,
case.
right. But
And
here's the thing, Dana is not the person that they try to get up on here and portray that he is. At the end of the day, he was, you know, the same way with them, kind, inviting, nice, and
mhm,
all of those things. Their issue with Dana is they could not make him do what they wanted him to do. And
yeah.
if they couldn't get him to do what they wanted him to do, then they had to find a way to get rid of him and
Mhm,
to make other people not follow him or not like him or, you know, personally, you know, not, just even
mhm.
frequent his platform. They was trying to basically, what I say, destroy this man.
Mhm.
because once you start, getting him evicted from his apartment, you calling his jobs or showing up to his jobs, trying to get him fired and all of that shit. All of that is weird shit. Like people
Yeah.
ain't doing that on a day-to-day basis every day. Like this is stuff that's coming from YouTube and bleeding out into people's real lives.
Mhm.
And like I said, somebody is going to get seriously hurt
Yeah.
behind all of this bullshit that
Yeah.
they
Cause
doing on these YouTube streets.
on that
What's
live
up,
that I
Miss
saw,
Bougie?
that
What's up,
very
sis?
first on
Oh,
her
go ahead.
infamous live channel, it was Nasheed, Tariq Nasheed, whatever that one is. The
Hmm.
anyways, him. It was Trent. I think the other one from Chicago, the light skinned one. I think y'all said something about a car accident surrounding him. But I'm like, oh my God, she got people on her page that hates R. Kelly. Cause I don't know if Debo was on that live then or what, but
Hmm.
all of the people that said bad things about R. Kelly, because I ever since February 2023, I would go to YouTube, and I would search R. Kelly's name, and all y'all pages would come up. I found Prima Donna, Boom Boom. I found most of the people that hated him, right? So when their faces came on his page, on her page, I was like, is she for R. Kelly? What the heck? So that's when, because at first I was in the chat using reverse psychology. I'm like, yeah, his eyes like the
What's
crypt. I was
up,
like,
Ishi
one,
partner?
I was just commenting, with what she was saying. They had doxed him. They put his address on there, his name, everything, and they was talking about how they had swatted him, how they had done wellness checks. And saying how they need to do more wellness checks on him, all this
Oh
stuff.
yeah, but let me tell you, and I still
2023.
got those. I still got those videos of when they drove around his job.
Yeah,
So that
so
this is why I say that they
mhm,
can do all the bullshit and say what they want to say and try to make it seem like Dana lied, but the
mhm,
proof is in the pudding. There are videos of them, having someone drive by his job
mhm.
and do a what I like to call well, like you just said, a well-being check on him, and
Yeah.
then showing up at his house doing the same thing. And actually there's a video and it shows Sylvia's platform that the video was shared on. So
Yeah.
when she say things like, she didn't do anything, or she tried to make it seem like she's so innocent in everything that's going on,
Mhm.
she is definitely not innocent. And let me tell you
Mhm.
this, she does not care about R. Kelly. She never did. Just like
Yeah.
she doesn't care about YSL, she does not care about
Ernesto.
Ernesto. It's all about the money and the credit. If y'all listen to what this lady always hollering about, it's always, I want my credit. I want money. I need money for this. This is not free. That's the whole gimmick. If these people actually think that this lady is for R. Kelly, or if they think that she's for YSL, she really gave a fuck about Young
Mhm.
Thug. No, she cared about the position that
Yeah.
she could be put in, or the things that the doors that could open up for her covering those cases, and the money that she can make. That's it.
Mhm.
That's all. Sylvia don't care nothing about nobody but herself.
And
And
it's
it's
not just about the money. She is trying to help those people get convicted. Because
yeah,
I
fuck up
sat
some
and I
cases.
watched her YSL and I watched her Ernesto. And other people started catching on because V. Lenore said, she was like, yeah, ever since she started praying for him, he had a Rico.
Exactly, Miss Virgo.
And she was mentioning Rico in 2023, like July of 2023. She was mentioning Rico for his case long before Tasha K said anything about a Rico.
Well,
He
if you
asked,
listen to
she asked,
if I listen to an old video, because I told y'all I record, I
mm-hmm,
do record videos because they are good for taking they shit down. She likes to
yeah,
say, "Oh, you can go and watch all the videos that I have up on my wall." But lady, we know you
man,
scrub your channel. I even have a video of her saying that she have to go scrub
take it
her channel,
down.
and I
Yeah. And
and
she
and
just
I
said
will
it
I will
today.
play
I
it.
was blown away. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God.
Oh yeah,
Mm-mm.
that's what they do. They talk shit, or they say what they gotta say, or whatever they think they gonna say, and they don't think anybody's recording it. But I got it, and I
Mm-hmm,
actually have her on recording
mm-hmm,
saying that she had to go and scrub her
Yeah.
channels because
And
she
like
didn't
me,
want all of that other stuff on her channel. And if you notice the picture with her and Kels and her
mhm.
daughter, you see she
Yeah.
took that off of there, right? Y'all
Oh yeah.
notice that picture was up there for the longest. And now all of a sudden, uh, maybe a month or two ago, she changed it right around
Yeah.
when she started doing the YSL because of course she don't want people to know
They started
for,
questioning her. I was there for it.
exactly.
They were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you support R. Kelly because she's in the Ernesto crew. They not with that. They don't know the details of it, and she wasn't trying to help R. Kelly out with the details of it. She just
Well,
like,
if
oh,
you
he needs to be set free just because. But Tasha K said herself that it don't matter how they got him, the Rico. She thought that was like a genius move because she feel like he's guilty. And if y'all can't get him this way because of statute of limitation, well then get him this way. And that's what people. That's how people feel. They really don't know that that wasn't R. Kelly in the tape. And now with the trial with Rashona, whatever her name is, saying that they had a 10-year relationship. I never heard Sparkle say that. I ain't heard her say that none. Not
I
even
even
after the trial.
I even have a video of her saying that Don Russell was good, that he was trying to help R. Kelly. And I was like, this lady is really
Mm-mm.
crazy as hell. Like she is a Looney
Man.
Tune
That
for
man,
real.
Don Russell, said that R. Kelly married Aaliyah. When you tell me that and the marriage license is the so-called marriage license, the falsified marriage license is on the internet, plastered everywhere. It was in Vibe magazine back in 1994. And you can still see that page in Vibe magazine online. There is no signature by Aaliyah's name or R. Kelly's name. It's handwritten in print. I'm sorry, it's printed in all caps. And Demetrius Smith keeps saying,
Mm.
I didn't forgery anything. I didn't forgerize anything. Why are you saying that, Demetrius Smith? There's no signature of R. Kelly or Leah on that. So what you trying to say? But see, people don't listen to those little bitty things because they don't care. But the Caucasians know. The judge and
If you
Donnelly
ask
know.
me, I really think that she should really be investigated in that whole trying to get information from
Yeah,
Demetrius Smith, because at the time Demetrius Smith was supposed to be set to testify. So that's interfering with a witness because at the time he
yeah,
was a witness.
yeah. But
So
get
and
this,
then my
she's trying to
thing was,
claim.
why would you go ahead, go
Mm-hmm.
ahead, go ahead. What you saying?
No, I was just saying she trying to hurt R. Kelly case because if they investigate that, they gonna say, well, he witness tampered. Just like they saying he did everything else. He calling the bomb threat. He blew up a car. He threatening witnesses. But she was covertly helping the government because she told Demetrius Smith, oh, he's a sick man.
Mm.
But you sending your breast pictures and all that to Demetrius Smith for what?
Okay.
Where are these recordings? Y'all
Oh,
say y'all
well,
sent
she
recordings
don't
in
want to
to
talk
who?
about that.
Yeah, and then Randa said that there was a lot more recordings than the one we heard with her and between her and Demetrius Smith. So where are these other recordings and what are the dates? Because you're working with YSL, you're working with Ernesto. And I, for one, I know for fact that Ernesto is innocent. I know for fact that Young Thug was innocent. But you didn't do anything to help them. You didn't break down that so-called YSL Woody interrogation video where Viverito, which when she started calling you out recently, you should have brought up that YSL that video and played it back and let the world see how Viverito coerced Woody into saying what he said. You should
Listen,
also play it back that what he said. Mm-hmm.
The only reason why Sylvia is trying to call out Fulton County is because she had a case in
Mm-mm.
Fulton County.
She not calling out Fulton
She got a
County.
case in Clayton County.
She
No,
not
I'm
calling
saying
them out.
I'm talking about as far as her talking shit about the prosecutors and the judges and everybody that's there.
No, she not.
When she was talking shit,
What
she
she
basically
said.
no, she basically was when
No,
she
she wouldn't.
said
What she said.
when she was basically saying that they were not doing their job and that they didn't want to give the information and all of this other shit. And my thing
Mhm.
is, who is she to think that she can just get information? Like
She
what?
was mild with it. She know better. She worked for them people. I'm telling you. She might not work for the county of them or city, but she worked for the someone above that. And my thing is with
I
her, she
highly
don't
doubt
call
that.
out what really needs to be called out. Like for example, um, in this Carmelo case, right, where the little details make a significant difference. 5 seconds, this man was dead within 5 seconds. So the little details are very important. And same thing with the R. Kelly case, the little details. Her saying she met Demetrius Smith in 2018 is extremely important. And her, even backing what's his name, the one
Who?
that claimed he was R. Kelly's manager, the one that went to federal prison. You just mentioned his name.
Oh, you talking about Don Russell?
Yeah, Don Russell. And Dana said that Don Russell came from the set of Surviving R. Kelly. It was on a live. And I wondered what that meant, you know? Like, did Don Russell tell him something? Because in my eyes, I'm thinking Infamous Sylvia came from the set of Surviving R. Kelly as well. And she went up there with her daughter and some other unknown female, whoever she was. And I think that's why she really did put her hands on Hollywood Next, because Hollywood Next or whoever was trying to question her. Because after the case was dropped, when she was in her car, she tells the world that the government, the federal government, has planted fake supporters into the R. Kelly sector.
Mm.
So how do you know this, Infamous Sylvia? And how could you afford those Airbnbs and all those flights? You know,
I
you
can
were
tell you
not
that.
Infamous Sylvia then, but I would
The
need to know
supporters
proof.
and the people. That's how she was able to get on those flights because they was lying to the people, taking up money for petitions, taking up
Okay,
money for banners that
but
never
did they
happened.
do that on YouTube?
Hell yeah,
But I thought she didn't have a YouTube channel. She had her
yeah,
own personal channel, like with
yeah.
her and her husband, and she was thinking about switching it to a sex talk channel. She
No,
tells
no, no, no.
everyone,
She didn't have a channel with her husband. It was just her,
hmm
and she used to go
I mean, I
live
don't know
with
if it
her
was with her
sidekick.
husband. I just went back and looked at all her stuff, and all I could see is like her husband. I
No,
think.
if you go back, those were just videos. Like
Hmm.
when somebody first started their channel, like it's not even a channel.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just post their personal videos or whatever on their
Hmm.
YouTube channel. I guess this was way before she even thought that she was gonna do a channel.
Hmm.
So after her and Dana, like I would say right before her and Dana had parted ways or whatnot, she said she was gonna create a channel, but it was supposed to have been sex talk. Now, when she did go over there and start her channel or whatnot, Sylvia, of course, like I said, I believe, and I still say this to this day, that was just a ploy for her. You know what I'm saying? She
To
was
get
telling
money.
Dana, yeah, I'm gonna start a channel. But what she wasn't telling Dana was, yeah, I'm gonna start a channel. I'm trying to steal your supporters so I can talk about R. Kelly. Because if your channel is about sex talking, you saying that you're not gonna be talking about kills on your channel, but your channel ends up being about kills, then what is it? It's becoming an R. Kelly channel, right?
Hmm.
And that is how she was able to make her money. She
And
was
that also falls
getting money from
into
the supporters.
the sociopathic type, sadistic type realm. Like, how could you be on pretrial release for an SA charge, but you want to open a sex talk? And that's what I found so weird. Like, even on Angie's channel, and what's her name, the Hispanic lady with the big
Is it?
mouth,
Well, who is that? I don't know.
the one that
Hispanic.
was crying about
Oh, okay, okay. You talking about Diva Divine? Diva Divine,
mm-hmm,
right? Okay.
and Debo, they always want to talk about something sexual, like weird. Like, this is the internet. You might have kids watching.
Well, a lot
You
of
know.
people don't care about that there's children watching. And you can ask all day long, 18 or older, but you can't really tell who's actually 18 behind these avatars. And this is what people don't realize.
Hmm.
But this is what they do. They get involved with their subs. They send coochie pics and titty pics, and I think that's why Angie got upset because I said birds of a feather flock together. They send
Hmm.
pussy pics together, which is true. Don't get mad at me because you sending your pussy to a nigga that you barely know that you met on YouTube. That's not my fault. That's your fault.
And
This sounds like a you
that
problem.
gets right back to she's not genuine with Woody.
Right.
She's not genuine with Ernesto. She's
No,
not
definitely
genuine
not.
with she wasn't genuine with Mr. Dennis Byron. She wasn't genuine with what's it called, Jeffrey, his father,
Well,
Big
let me
Jeff.
tell you, her whole thing with Dennis, and let me tell you where her problem started with Dennis Byron at, right? So her whole problem was when Dennis, I don't know if you recall this, but when her and Dana went to court a while back, Dennis was supposed to get an audio from the court that he was going to play, but he was going to play it in private first and listen to it before he released it.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, I guess it was some way that Sylvia had a burner and he told her to get it because he wasn't able to get to it in time. She
Hmm.
ends up going to get it and she played it. Now, when she played it, she wasn't supposed to because she didn't have Dennis's permission. But she claimed that Dennis got that particular recording for her.
Mm.
And he
Mm.
came out and told the people that that was not true, but he wasn't trying to throw Sylvia up under the bus.
Yeah,
You
he
know what I'm
wasn't for a
saying?
long
Like he,
time.
right, right. Like
But I
he
saw
wasn't
her
trying
throwing
to
him
have
under
her
the
back.
bus on
Oh,
her lives.
yes.
She would
Oh,
go
yes.
live and make all these faces like he'll just be like, "Hi, how you doing?" Just saying hey to the lady. But
Oh,
she'll
yeah.
have him on camera and wait to like
Let me
he
tell
get on her
you,
last nerve or
because you
something.
got to understand her MO. Sylvia is the type of person where she and I don't even know this lady, but I've been watching her so long. It's like you can tell what type of person she is, and you don't even have to know her personally.
She
But
fooled me though. I was like,
she ain't
this
fooled me.
lady is genuine. She's
I'm
so
telling you.
sweet. I mean,
Listen,
my mother is
you could
gone.
tell
You know
a
what I'm saying?
snake,
Like I love
okay? Your
watching people
discernment,
like that. Seriously, like I subscribe to
right,
channels
right.
where
But
people are older. I like seeing it. I miss my mother. I miss my
mhm.
grandmother. You know.
I understand. Listen, I get it, but when I tell you discernment is,
Hmm.
I'm telling you, if you got it, you got it. But on when it comes to her and just the way that she, carries herself on these YouTube streets, she carries herself like a child that ain't never had nothing. You understand? Like I've never
Yeah.
seen someone that is her age, like you are, almost 60 years old, 70 years old, however old this lady is. But it's just like to be on the internet and do the things that she do, you too old for that. And I've never seen where I like me personally, I would never incorporate my chat or anybody um in my
Hmm.
chat or even in my regular life to be going around looking up people. You know what I'm saying?
And
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 trying to
two, like
pull people's information and shit like that. That to me is just goofy.
I would have leaned more so into Mr. Dennis Byron and leaned more so into Dana J because Dana is an actor. Dennis Byron, he knows people and he gets these freelance jobs, right? Where he can sell a picture to TMZ and he can at least tell her, hey, let's get you in contact with so and so because you got this picture. I love this picture. You know what I'm saying? How he gonna steal that money from her? It's her picture, so she see it posted. You know what I'm saying? He could
Hmm.
teach
But
her
see,
how to copyright stuff. She can
Sylvia's
get she's
problem, Sylvia's problem with Dennis was that once Dennis showed her the ropes, how to get the
she didn't
Rule
finish though.
22.
She felt like what she messed up doing was trying to lead with her body. And she realized that, and she felt like, okay, maybe, I don't know what she felt like, because the man seemed very genuine when she, and this is, I'm watching in 2023. He
And
seemed
he
like the
was,
sweetest
because
person.
let me tell you, Dennis was very genuine when it came to Sylvia, because we on many occasions could not understand why he would still have this lady back, but she would be
Hmm.
steady stabbing him in his.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
On her
Like
lies,
the
acting like
whole
he's a
time, right?
predator or something.
Yeah, and then it was like she was trying to make it seem like he was so weird. And if you notice
Hmm.
that she would try to bring up the past, oh, he was stalking Tasha K's daughter. You know, she brought that up. Then she said, oh, he's got this charge with this lady over here, you know, trying to bring up other beefs and shit that
Hmm.
he was in with other content creators.
Yeah.
This is the type of MO and the type of thing that Sylvia does. She's always been doing it. She's been doing it since forever. After her and Dana, like I said, didn't work out as friends or whatnot, you know, my whole thing with that is you cannot get upset with this man because y'all can't get him to do what y'all want him to do. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And at the end of the day, about this car situation that I'm so sick of fucking hearing about, he was paying. She keeps saying that he was not paying her for the car and she had to pay for the car. That is not fucking true. We have seen money orders. I've been me and like I said, a couple of the other ladies from Dream 10. I'm not gonna say who, they can tell you who they are if they choose to come out. But they were
Yeah.
on the phone. We all were on the phone when he was on the phone talking to Ronald. Ronald didn't want nothing to do with that car situation, even though the agreement with the car was with him and Dana,
Hmm.
not
But why did
Sylvia.
she? Why did she have to take the payment? Why couldn't she have Dana pay the car note himself directly to the bank?
Listen, because at the end of the day, Sylvia, I'm telling y'all, she had the intentions of taking that car back once Dana
After it was
paid that
paid
car
off.
off. Exactly. Because how is it you cannot sell somebody a car that you don't own? You don't own the car. And when he asked her, because first
Hmm.
of all, she said on her live tonight that she had her husband take his name off of the car, right? And
Hmm.
that the plates
Mm.
got removed. So if that's the case, how
The
in the
car was
hell
paid
did
off.
but
You can't
no, the
take a
car was
person
not paid
name.
off.
No, if a
Listen,
person.
this is what she said. She said this on her live tonight.
Hmm.
So if it's a lie, she told it because she
Hmm.
said that she had her husband take his name off of the car and off of the I guess whatever paperwork for the car.
I'm
My
telling you
thing
this because
is
I've
if they
researched
did,
it.
listen, I already know
Hmm.
what time it is. I
Right.
already know.
But what I'm
So I
saying is
know
I
she's a lie.
researched it to help people out of their car payments, right? And
Right.
there's no way possible to get that title unless that car note is paid off. And when you pay it off, it's still in their name. The bank is
That
going to put that title into their name, not in your name. They have to sign that title over to you. So if she's
right.
saying that she took his name off
That's
of the
not
car,
passionate.
she means she took his name off of the insurance, or she
What you said,
refinanced
the
that
whale know how
car.
to do is lie.
You heard me?
Yeah, but yeah, you said
She
she
refinanced it
refinanced the car. But
and
let me
took a
tell you,
loan out on it.
so it had to be because from what she said tonight, she had her
Hmm.
husband take his name off of the car, and she was like, and she told him, I guess that he's gonna have to, you know, figure it out. But
Because
my
if
thing
you think
is,
about it, a car
he
title.
can't get a car. But listen, you can't get a car tags for the car if the car is not in your name or you don't have anything showing that you own this car or whatnot. So if he can't get tags for the car, and then what she left out with her people, she didn't tell her people who took the tags off the car. See, she wants to go around about, but if she try to lie, I got it recorded already
Mhm.
from a long time ago where she said she took the plates off the car. But the question is, how did you know where the car was in order to take the plates? Because you didn't know where Dana stayed at. So how did you know if you wasn't tracking that particular car? You see what I'm saying?
I
Now
guess
you
they,
see what I'm
yeah.
going.
In addition to the tracker, they ain't even need the tracker because they keep pulling up his stuff on the internet and posting his
Right.
address from
But
legal documents.
and she's still and they still doing it because as of
Yeah,
last night,
2024, 2025.
Angie did
Yeah,
it last night talking about he still owed child support. But my question to Angie with her bald head ass, bitch, if he owed child support, what business is it of yours?
yeah, that's like you got too
Like
much
what
time on
business,
your hand.
right? And my
She live
thing
in
is,
Jacksonville, like that's
it
like the
is
murder
she
capital of
is
Florida. I'm
she
sure you
going?
got somebody in your family needs you to help them get out of
But
prison.
I'm just asking, is she gonna pay the fucking child support while
No,
she's sitting up there pulling it up?
yeah,
I'm just saying, she talk about all this money she got, and she got this, and she got that, and she drive this, and she drive
yeah.
that.
Like how
Well,
much your baby
motherfucker,
daddy owes,
right?
Angie?
We need you to write a
Golly.
fucking check and pay his child support since you pulling it up, talking about what the fuck he owe. Pull it up and fucking pay it, bitch. That's all
Yeah,
you got
like
to do. Write a
because
fucking
here in
check.
Florida, that kind of stuff is hidden. I cannot open no one's child support documents. At least not in where I'm at. So how even where she's at, I couldn't pull up no
And
personal stuff
then
like that.
to
How do
sit
they get
there
access?
and read off this man kids' names. Like y'all hoes on here is pathetic as fuck. That
Mm.
man kids ain't got shit to do with YouTube. His child support don't have nothing to do with YouTube. That's what people get it twisted. I don't have to come on here and prove nothing to nobody. Just like
How do
he
they
don't have
get?
to get, you don't have to get on here and prove nothing to nobody. Nobody in
But
this
but
chat has to prove anything to
but
nobody.
what I'm saying
Whether
is
you are
too.
a supporter of Kels or not,
Mm,
my child support, your child support, whoever child support, where
mm,
you live, where you work, has
right.
nothing to do with YouTube. If
But
I choose to
Alicia,
come on here and share, that's
mm,
my business. That's my prerogative. But if I
Alicia,
don't want to share, I don't
yeah.
have to. Oh,
What I'm
go
saying
ahead.
though
Go ahead.
is all of this information they keep getting access to child support documents. I heard
What did you
what do you
hear?
call it?
Did
The
you hear
report.
her say she didn't want
What
to? She wasn't gonna pay for it.
what's
She
that
was gonna pay for
financial
his
report?
information.
What's that financial report called? Your credit history credit report. I bet they
Hmm.
got medical records and everything. Like where so you could pay for this stuff is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what she was saying on her live last night. She was like, "Oh, I'm glad I ain't have to pay for this." So you mean to tell me you got so much time on your hands, you willing to spend money trying to get somebody else information? I'm telling you, I want one of you motherfuckers to pull mine up and read it. Read it all, bitch, because I don't give a
Because
fuck. I
last
swear
I
I don't.
checked,
Oh, gee.
when there's a child involved, child support court. Because see,
When
child
I
support
say hey,
really, it's not a government entity. It's not. Okay, so with that, you have to be the child or the
Galatians,
parent or the person who filed it to get those records.
right.
So how are they able to get those records? You can't pay for that.
What I'm saying is, like I said, and I'm going to continue to say, he
Mm-hmm.
without sin cast the first stone. And my thing is, these motherfuckers that get on this internet and want to do all this, that, and the third, y'all
Mm-hmm.
ass ain't without seeing your damn self. You got a drunk, you got a motherfucker that's over there scamming and lying, you got another motherfucker that's over there desperate and motherfucking frail over there
Mm-hmm.
trying to talk shit about somebody owing child support when her ass sending pussy pics to every nigga on the goddamn internet and over there goddamn ain't got no friends, you lonely, desperate old motherfucking bitch. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm directed at Angie, bitch. I'm very direct. I'm never indirect about shit. So, bitch, when you listen to this, make sure you play it and play it loud, motherfucker. Yeah, I called you a bitch, a couple of bitches.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get no fuck. See,
My
that's the
God.
thing. These motherfuckers get on here and act like somebody scared of them. This ain't never that. This ain't gonna never be that. I'm gonna continue to say what the fuck I want to say because at the end of the day, I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired.
Well,
These motherfuckers
yeah,
feel
I
so
can
entitled and
see.
think that that you could just do whatever,
It,
pull up people information, telling people to go dox
yeah.
this woman. and pull up
Oh,
her information and talk about, oh, she's a a
okay.
a felon and all of this, that, and the third. Whether she's a felon or not, what the fuck does that got to do with you? Is she
Mm-hmm.
doing anything to harm you? No, she's not. Is Dana child support harming you? No, it's not. If anything, he got to live with that.
They didn't have no problem with me because I can really
Pretty
pull up
white
their
relations
stuff. I can
very.
figure out a way to pull up their stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It
But
ain't even worth it though.
I didn't
Like
even.
for
Yeah,
but you know what? Pull it up for what? They shit is
right.
not worth it.
But listen, I didn't
It
even
ain't.
care about um her case. What do you call it? Infamous Sylvia's case. I only care about the things she let slip, which is you met Demetrius Smith in 2018 and you were on pre-trial release for a heinous crime for years. But you were able to go to New York, Chicago, and wherever else, bringing your daughter and some friend and another girl followed behind you and stayed at your
What's up,
Airbnb
Uncle Howdy?
who claimed she did something with R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just a little too much. So you let something go, and now I got questions based on what you said. You know what I'm saying? That's all I
Yes.
had was questions based on what you put out there.
We all have questions based on what they put out there, but like I said, you will never get the answer to those questions because they
Hmm.
do what we like to call scrubbing their channels, and they think that just because they've taken it off YouTube that it's deleted. No, it is not. If the feds
Hmm.
want it, they can go and pull it up and they can get it.
But I'm gonna tell you this, and I ain't never told nobody this. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. Maybe I told him to his face that on his live. But I believe the person who gave them my last name was Big Vi, because I had to email him the stuff about that I found about Aaliyah through Cook County.
Wow.
It was Big Vi. So
That's
he gave my
crazy.
information to Larry. Well, Larry said that he's the one who gave my information to everybody. I guess that was Debo and Randa, whoever, Angie, you know. But Larry said it on Levi's. No, he said it on the guy that the other guy live. He go with the girl, the red girl. He go with her
Who?
now. He met her on YouTube. The guy out
Who?
of Texas, I forget his name because he ain't been on live in a
Oh, you
while.
talking about JoJo?
Yep.
The
He said
one
on
the
JoJo's
one
live.
Angie was crying over.
Oh God. He said on his live that he the one who gave out my information. So you telling me Big Vi gave him my information?
Right,
Or did
Prima.
Larry figure out my information? How did you figure it out?
Nah, they ain't figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't
Yeah, because Angie
they
said
didn't just
last
figure
night
it out.
that I had deleted my old videos. No, I didn't. They're still there. You know.
They didn't just figure it out. They do what they always do. They go lurking and looking and trying to find something. But like I said before,
Yeah.
while she was pulling up this man child support and shit like that, she should have paid it. She should have wrote a fucking check since she buy all this fake ass Chanel and this Gucci. Bitch, you can thank the Chinese. They up the score on y'all ass and told y'all the fucking truth while you running out here talking about you got a Chanel and you got this and that. That shit ain't it don't cost shit. It
Mhm.
ain't worth shit. So you
Yeah.
get
But I
that,
felt like it was Big
bitch.
Vi that gave out my name because he started ignoring things. Like when I started calling him out on certain things he was saying, he started kind of ignoring me. Like he blocked me from his chat and I didn't know why. Like he didn't
That's
say
what these people
anything.
do. That's what these people do. They will
And
do that. Like
and
when they
then
get
when someone decided to dox me and decided to say all these things about me, he was in their chat. I'm like, that's
yeah.
who gave it out.
Yeah, that's if he did some shit like that and gave out your
Hmm.
last name, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. You know, that's why I say you can't trust everybody on these YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? You can't be
It's
friends.
not about trust. It's just that okay, I only probably said one thing to him about just being careful about how you word stuff
No, I'm talking about as far as
because
when you said he had your whole name, how you having to email him and stuff. You know,
yeah.
he had your personal information.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I ain't say nothing to him to make him do something like that. All I said was, be careful how you word things, because people are watching you as the expert on R. Kelly, and if you telling people that he went with minors, they don't fall back because
Listen,
they're like, well, he's gone now, so bump that. He really
he's
did do
not
that.
even an expert
Hmm.
on Kale. Like
But you know what I'm
this
saying.
is what, yeah, I get what you're saying, but he's not even an expert. Just because the person watch a couple of videos and shit, let me tell you, if I want some information on R. Kelly, I'm definitely going to Prima channel. I'm going to Dana channel to get the information that I need. Those are the two channels that I go to. Because
But
let me
Dana,
tell you, a lot of these other content creators, they on here to
mhm.
make a quick dollar.
But there's
That's
two.
all it is.
I gotta say, there's two issues I got right now. That okay, so at Prima, I noticed she puts screenshots of that infamous sex tape, but there's three different sex scenes with three different women and at least two different men. The man with Rashonda don't look nothing like R. Kelly. But the other two men kind of do look like R. Kelly, but they're with two different women. You could tell those are grown women. Though Debo trying to say one of them was not a grown woman, but that I think that darker
Listen,
skinned one
first of
was
all,
his wife.
if that, and let's talk about this infamous
Mm-hmm.
tape real quick because that tape was sold on the streets. I bought that tape. It was bootlegged. And if that tape was child porn, why were they able to sell it on the street for $10?
But that's still before the so-called police got involved though. So that right
Right.
there, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm telling people, hey, go watch the tape, because for the simple fact it was sold as a bootleg and they let it happen. And they knew who was responsible for the tape. How a
Listen,
person from New York gonna contact Sparkle?
it
Because she
didn't
the
look
one who
like
sold
no
them the
child
tape.
on that tape to me, honey. That girl knew what she was doing. Do you
It,
understand
whether
me?
she, regardless of what the child's age was, what I saw on the video was that the man that was with Rashonda, whatever her name is, was not R. Kelly. And the man in that video, which they should have clipped this part of the tape, he pays her cash money
Yeah,
before
$40 as
having
a matter
sex
of
with.
fact.
I don't know what it was because it
No,
was so
I'm telling
blurry.
you, it was $40.
But with R. Kelly being $40, with R. Kelly being who he is, a Capricorn, his money ain't gonna look like that. He gonna have his money earned and neats, and he's not gonna pay someone cash money on video before having sex with him because number one, that's called prostitution. So back then in 1996, 1998, 1996 is when I think it was made. But back then, that would be a way to get someone convicted, prostitution of a minor. Nowadays they call it human trafficking, but back then no one knew the term human trafficking or sex trafficking.
Well, Dana's here. Let's let Dana
Okay.
answer some of these questions. Dana,
Hey Dana.
Yo,
what's going on? What's going on?
and I can barely hear anything. Hold on, I'm gonna hang up and come back up. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, Dana is getting his audio together, you guys. And Audra has been keeping us
Yeah.
informed.
Well, that was the one issue I have with Prima's screenshots of that video. Is that why show the images that kind of look like R. Kelly?
What's
Why
going
not show
on?
the other guy's image that we can't tell who he is, but he definitely ain't R. Kelly. It's
There
just
we go. There we
mm-hmm.
go. All right, so now let's get this
Oh, you
shit
can
cracked.
hear?
Yeah, let's get this shit cracking. I'm off work. I'm off work. I got about 40 phone calls. Even got calls from my.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you know those people that called you?
Yeah,
You do?
yeah. I even got
Okay.
calls from some of my ops and was like, "Yo, we don't like this shit." So I'm
Yeah.
going to say this. I'm going to say this because I ain't even get to look at it yet, right?
What's up, Judah?
So did Angie really call herself doxing me?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And Sylvia put it on her page. I don't think she played that part because I ain't finished watching it.
So
But
Audra
that
said
was
that
enough
she
for
had
people to go
your
to Angie's
address.
page and watch the full thing.
so
Audra
hold
said
on.
your address and your phone number
So hold
was
on.
I seen
So my
the
displayed.
screenshot.
address was shown and my phone number was shown.
In
Yep.
2025, like I told you in 2023, what she
Listen,
did.
Wait a
wait.
minute, hold on, y'all. Prima said, well, because you obviously must have missed all the other images. She said, I have a whole playlist on the topic, though.
No, I saw those images. I saw the images of the other guy.
What are y'all talking
You
about?
What's
are the
up,
reason
Judah?
I went back to watch
Oh,
the
no, she
tape,
was talking
Prima,
about, Audra was talking about Kills
the
and
tape.
the
Hmm.
tape.
Kidding about Damon
Yeah.
Pryor?
But what
Right,
I'm saying
right.
is to the average person, it could be confusing. You know what I'm saying? Because the tape is what really got him in there, and the marriage
But
took
hold
me out.
on. Wait. Let's pause there for a second, right? And because I want to get on the matter at hand real quick. And
Oh,
I wasn't
yeah.
able,
Yeah,
but I
please
wasn't, but I wasn't able to get loose with everybody else because I was working. So now I'm home. So so let me get this straight. Angie doxed me for Sylvia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Basically,
Sylvia
that's what
played
she
it
said.
on her channel and was gloating about it, right?
Hmm. Well, she had to do her explaining on why y'all aren't cool and that you was mad about the Dr. Rice video and you didn't pay for the car and she was paying on the car. And so they took it, they showed up to your job and the police officer couldn't take the car from you. And they told her that it was a civil matter, but she skipped around how she took the plates off the car. But then she said her husband went and took the car and got the car out of his name, and then they told you, well, now you got to figure it out
That's a
on your
fucking
end.
lie.
Then
That's
she
a
said
fucking
that,
lie.
hold on. Then she said that you tore up the car and you fucked the
Oh,
car up, and the car
really?
had major damage done to it.
Really?
Right. So she on there trying to plead her case, knowing y'all got a court
Listen,
case coming up.
listen, I tore up the car and I fucked up the car, but wait, I got all video and it's in plain sight. And the question is, why can't they access it? It's a reason.
Not
So,
saying
so
they
wait,
worried
no, no, no,
about how you
no.
paying your child support, and Angie said
I don't
you
have a child
still.
support payment.
Wait a minute now. She said that you still owe child support for your daughter, and she called out your daughter's name and everything, including your son's name. She put that out there too.
Oh, so that's what Angie doing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
wait,
definitely.
wait. But I do believe that somebody bond conditions say that third party attacking will land them back in jail, right? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make that call in the morning. No problem.
See, this is what I be saying. This is the type of stuff that they can
No
tell you
problem. But
profits
I'll make that
anyway.
call in the morning. And
But the thing is,
then I'm gonna say this much. Again, I'm gonna keep it funky as hell. I'm not gonna forget none of this. And seeing Angie sit back and talk about people talking about her ugly ass, dimension looking ass kid. Watch where I go with this once my case is over. Watch. And I don't, and I promise you, the first person to say, Dana, you going too far, I'ma cuss their ass out. And I don't care who they are. Cause you ain't gonna play with mine.
And then on top of that, it's the lies for me. See, this is the thing. They will talk about what you've done, and oh, he pulled guns and he threatened to do this, and what Sylvia was saying, I had to get a TPO and all this, that, and the third, and
Ain't
blah blah
no
blah. But they will
CPO
never
here.
tell how they came, how they started this shit, and then when shit hits the fan, and you get to the point where you tired of playing with their ass, and you start fighting back and talking back to their ass and cussing their ass out. Oh, it's a problem. It's
hmm
not
and
just
another thing, she thinks that African Americans are dumb. She feels like she's playing on our top. because she's really playing on Woody's top and why selling all her other followers, which is why they followed Dana to Dennis Byron channel, which is why they followed him to his channel, and they've branched off and started talking about it because what she thought would happen was people would be on her side and go and find Dana, but all in all, people aren't dumb as she thought we were, and we're
Listen,
doing our own research.
listen. Do you think I care about somebody coming to look for me?
Well,
Better
I'm
yet,
saying,
I pop out every day and I show niggas. That's why I said what I said. But I heard everybody that was on Angie channel, and there's one little person that I'm gonna demonstrate on. And when I demonstrate on that nigga, it's gonna be for every last one of them motherfuckers. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying too much of nothing. Somebody get me that live, but that Angie so-called dox me, and get me the live, but that Sylvia did. I know where to send it to in the morning.
Well, I think Audra said she got the screenshot of it.
I
'Cause
appreciate
I
that.
wasn't
I
I
texted,
wasn't finna
I
watch
emailed
that
it and
shit.
texted them.
All right, cool. Cool, thanks.
You know, Angie had so much to say about me for real, but from what I've heard, she had so much to say about me, but I don't give a fuck. Y'all know I wasn't finna address that motherfucking desperate, lonely ass bitch anyway.
Listen. A ugly ass bitch that sit back and try to make internet boyfriends and girlfriends. Look,
A
Angie,
motherfucker
check
like
this
that
out.
could
Meet me in the
never make
field.
me jealous or mad.
Meet me in the field. And because ain't no bitch, and I'm put it out there, ain't no bitch, even the bitches that don't like me, ever came out and said they wouldn't be caught dead with me. Nobody said that, bitch. So now it's about to be so now, and you playing with my kids, it's personal. Wide pussy motherfucker. It's personal.
Baby, these
And
folks
Dana,
don't,
you
that's
probably
what I don't understand though. Why is it they feel like you have to come out and tell them so much about your life, what you
Man,
do,
fuck
how
them.
you
I ain't
do it?
telling them shit.
and Dana,
Tell,
you probably not caring about like the stalking, but people they throw acid on people. They do all kinds of stuff.
listen,
I got threatened
listen,
with a lot of stuff. You
listen,
know,
listen. It's a reason why I don't worry about shit. I I wish your mother, as Kel said, I wish your motherfucker would. And the only reason why we going this way with this court shit is because I was begged to do this. Because the way I was going to go with it, oh, we wouldn't have been talking about this no more.
I want you to do it for the simple fact that she's an informant. She need to get a taste of her own medicine.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about none of that.
But what I don't understand is what people I want people to just open up their mind and understand. If a person is on here and they have to gather people on this mug to constantly reiterate the same old fucking shit, that
Mm-hmm.
should tell y'all within itself that this is bullshit and that okay, I got to do this to convince these people because I don't want them to know I'm a liar or I don't want them to think that I'm lying. That goes to show you that she is trying entirely too
Listen,
fucking hard.
listen. Angie worried about my daughter and my son, and we ain't worried about nothing. Matter of fact, Leisha, hold on. Somebody told me that Angie said I got proof that I'm an active parent. No, I'm not an active parent. I'm an active father, bitch. You go prove that you get to see your granddaughter, ho. You go prove, bitch, that you don't pee in the bed no more, you wide back, wide body motherfucker.
Dana, your head crazy.
I promise you, when this case over, I'm gonna be on your dirty, stinking ass every day, bitch. And I'm
I
gonna
I
show
don't
wouldn't,
you what,
I wouldn't
and
pay
I'm
her
gonna
no
show you
mind.
and what Doxson get you. Cause now when the motherfucker pull up on that boyfriend that you live with, don't say shit.
I wouldn't pay her no mind. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? At some point, you won. You won.
No,
You
you
got the
don't play with
case.
my listen, and you don't
Uh,
play with my kids. Now watch this. It's nothing, and to get my daughter on here to cuss her ugly ass out. Nothing.
Don't pull no Sylvia ready to mama the door.
It's nothing to get my son. No, no, no. Oh, my kids are not low lives.
We
And
ain't
my
got
kids
time
got
to get
minds of
no
their own.
kids on here. We ain't finna do that. We ain't got time to be getting no kids on here to cuss her ass out. It listen, Dana. At the end of the
And you know
day,
what? Alicia
it
is
ain't.
right.
Listen, I
Right.
know because you know I know. Me and you, we go head to head all the time about this bullshit. But you know, I be trying to reel you back in sometimes because I already know how you. You know, we the same.
Listen,
We on the
I
same
mean,
level.
Angie talk all this shit. Bitch, you'll be walking up University Highway by yourself.
I'm telling you, it's not
Now
worth.
go figure that since you live in Florida, ho.
It is not worth it. At the end of the day, these people they that's all she got is to get online and read your personal info out. But if a motherfucker, but when oh hold on, let me see if I got that video. Let
Are you
me see
talking
something.
about,
Y'all.
when Panda them read her shit and she
Oh, I got it. I got it. I found. You know, I told you I record everything.
yeah, yeah, send it to me.
I record everything. I got it when they
Better yet,
dog
put it in our group
her
chat.
ass out.
Put it in our group chat.
Hold on, let me see.
But I'm gonna show you and what weak motherfuckers do.
Was it this?
And
No,
see,
this is
see, I left that bitch alone. Oh, but now and she want to enter the ring. All right, cool. Meet me in the field, ho. You talk about all this shit about you want to fight and all this. I'm telling you, I don't hit women, but you one bitch that I beat the fuck out of.
no, that's not it. Hold on, yeah, let me see.
And I don't even get on here and do all this shit. I'm above this shit, but you played with my kids. So now I'm going to play with you and your kids and your granddaughter. Watch.
But this what she wants you to do. She wants you to do this
Mm-hmm.
because you got a case going on, and she's gonna say, "See, they back and forth. They back and forth."
No,
Right,
no,
You didn't
exactly.
pull up her
this,
address. You didn't pull up her
no.
phone
But this ain't
number.
no back and forth shit. This ain't no back and forth shit. I'm telling you. But I'm about, yeah, okay. I ain't gonna say nothing.
I just, hey, help a sister out.
Hold on, that's not it
Oh,
either.
hold on. Is TSW in the chat?
Uh. Judah said, "Where's her wheelchair?" Okay.
Fuck that wheelchair. Fuck that wheelchair. I'm gonna set
Oh
that bitch on fire.
God. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can't get that video.
Maybe if I call my cousin real quick and see if I need a favor done.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on.
got the, but I had I found the video. Matter of fact, let me go in my phone. I found the video where they had doxed her ass on
Mm-hmm.
live.
Mm-hmm.
But this is who she choose. And here's the crazy thing. You think that just because it was Randa that doxed your motherfucking ass that Sylvia didn't have shit to do with it? They homegirls,
Listen,
motherfucker. Like
listen,
she's so stupid. That's her homegirl. So
listen,
you don't
listen,
think that just because they homegirls that she wasn't gonna dox your ass too?
listen, Alicia. Let the dumb stay dumb.
It's
We
so
ain't saving
stupid.
none of them hoes. Let the dumb stay dumb. If that's what she believe, let her believe that shit. Let the dumb stay dumb. But that's how I look at it. I'm not saving nobody. And whatever the fuck they did to her, they did to her. Get me the video and trust me. And I'm gonna put that shit into fruition.
I'm trying to see. Hold on, cause I had the video earlier.
It's
And the
about to be a
thing
Man.
is,
problem for
and,
her.
and you know what I was thinking last night is you supposed to be a lawyer,
A what?
and she supposed to be a lawyer.
Oh, without a
So
bar license.
you know that you cannot do third party messaging because that's what you're doing.
She's not a lawyer. She's a lawyer.
Yeah. Well, she's gonna mess Sylvia up because
Oh, big
now
time.
Sylvia should not have played that on her channel. Like she can't, you know,
I ain't saying shit.
control what they doing. But
She ain't
technically,
gonna do
you've been
that but try to
identified
snatch it
as her
down.
friends.
I ain't doing shit.
Y'all
Only
done,
thing I'm gonna
y'all
say,
don't need to tell us lies. You let her put up this address in the phone number on purpose. That was because you being a lawyer. You know what redaction mean when you redact stuff. You didn't do none of that. You put his name and address up there for on purpose.
And my kid's
Mhm.
name and address up there. Oh, you fucked up. You
I
Yeah,
fucked
did
up.
too. Yeah.
You
she
fucked up.
knew what she was doing, man.
Yeah.
That was the whole purpose. That was
But
the
the
whole
thing is,
purpose.
so it's so one sided. She's on her channel over there creating a lynch mob against him, and he could step outside and something happens to him.
Who?
You,
I promise you, YouTube will be no more.
but Dana, I'm just saying,
You ain't paying attention. It will
this
be a
is
cold day in
serious.
hell. Listen. It will be a cold day in hell before I walk around in fear with anywhere.
I know you're not, but
Niggas
I'm
been
just letting
talking
you
mad
know.
shit, and I went everywhere by myself.
I'm letting
And
you
ain't
know.
none of them
You know
scary
what?
ass motherfuckers do shit.
One time somebody broke in my house, right? One time I came home, I stayed outside all night. I was ready to whoop somebody, but I don't care if it was man, woman, whoever. I saw a car parked a street over. I ran up to that car. And then it kind of found out it was the other cover police car. And it was kind of out it was a detective. The detective, he ended up taking my case. You know what
Audra,
I'm saying? But
Audra,
I'm just letting you know, I'm not scared of nobody either.
listen,
But when it comes to your
listen.
house, that's something that's serious.
Are you breaking my house? Trust me. You breaking my house, you ain't leaving. You ain't leaving. Plain and simple.
You can't stay up all night.
Who?
You know.
I don't
I'm
have
just
to.
saying.
I don't have to.
And then another time they broke in my house, right? They thought I was coming back that night, and they didn't know I had company on the other side of my house. I leave out. I didn't come back that night. I came back 2 nights later. I went out of town. Oh my god! They thought I went to the store or something.
I ain't gonna say too
They
much, but
watched till I left and was gonna come back, and it was gonna be waiting up for me in my house.
Audra,
It's serious.
I ain't gonna say too much, sweetie, but I'm gonna just say this: playtime is over. So they can have it their way. They can do whatever. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I had motherfuckers doing a stinky leg real quick.
I understand what you're saying, Dana, but you don't know who.
I don't
You
give a
don't
fuck
know.
who. And
Okay.
you cross that threshold, you Swiss cheese. I don't give a fuck. That's all. And it's gonna be at my discretion on how I want to serve it.
All right.
That's why I don't trip about nothing. And she put my address out there. She did all that. Okay, cool. That's fine.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's cool. Like I say, this case is only going on because I was begged to do it the legal way. That's it.
Yeah, but still for her to dox your kids,
They,
that's
they,
not the
that's
doxing
Yeah,
crazy.
out the kids.
yeah.
But for her
I mean
to
that's cool.
put your job your phone number and your shit back out there all over again, it's just like it's happening
Yeah.
all over again.
Yeah, yep. And that's cool.
It's like they
That's
want
why
you to
I
keep
said
moving, you know.
that's why I said what I said. Like, what does your child support or your job or whatever you got going on in your personal life, what the fuck does they have to do with YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it they feel like you have to prove to them that you are a dad or prove to them that you got
Man,
blah
let me
blah
tell
blah?
you something. Let me tell you
Prove to
something.
them.
Let me
Like,
tell you
who the
something.
fuck for somebody to have to prove some shit to?
Let me tell you something. I do more for mine than all of them niggas do for one and but in one motherfucking month. At the- that's why I don't worry about shit. But I used to get on here and have my kids on here all the time and all that. But then they start getting doxxed and shit, right? I'm gonna tell you. But I'm gonna tell you what my daughter said about Angel. And my daughter said, Dad, why don't you just go ahead and send her to Smars somewhere? And I laughed about it and I was like, nah, man, it ain't worth it. And she was like, let's pull up, I'll do it. At that time, my daughter was 15. When I
Don't
got a
talk
15
about
year
it.
old, when I got a 15-year-old talking like that, nah, yo, it's time for me to pull
Yeah,
her back from this shit. And that's what
yeah,
I did. But I pulled my daughter back from this shit.
yeah. Don't talk about it.
Nah,
Trust me.
fuck that. I can
Yeah.
talk about it because I'm not threatening nobody. I'm just saying,
Mhm.
but that's how my daughter felt.
Yeah. It's good.
Now there's a whole nother level, and
Hmm.
because now her mom calling me and like, yo, who's this bitch?
Yeah.
So that's why I say like I gotta keep shit at bay, and I don't even know what the fuck going on.
And they not that old. They think. I mean, like really, y'all ain't no senior citizen yet. I'm just saying.
Listen, Angie daughter don't even fuck with her. That's on God. And that's what I know, and I put that on my life. She don't even fuck with that lady. And see, and there's so much and there's so much that I can say. But this what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pop out and show her something. But that's all she want to do is call them niggas. But I talked about how loose her coochie is and how wide her shit is, and that she can't hold them in her vagina. And I'm gonna laugh about that shit. And she gonna talk about the white man, but that she had phone sex with. Yo, all of them are one and the same. They all old motherfuckers that send their coochie pics out around the internet.
Yeah, that's weird too, considering you were on an essay case on pretrial release for years, going from state to state. How was you able to do that? And then you up here saying you want to have a sex talk like Sue Johansson,
Oh, so who you talking about?
Sylvia. She wanted to have
Oh,
a sex talk, talk
oh
about
no, man, but I ain't
how
talking
you
about
gonna
her.
do
Fuck her.
something like that, you
I
know?
ain't talking about her.
And that's what they was doing on Angie's channel. They wanted to have a sex talk.
But I ain't talking about that until after my case is over with.
Yeah.
But as far as that bitch Angie, it's a done deal.
That makes me wonder, what did Angie do? How did you? Because we know we ain't heard from Boom Boom Room since her brother came home. So Angie, you doing this for somebody or you doing it for yourself?
Nah, Boom Boom don't even fuck with Angie.
Not saying Boom Boom got off of R. Kelly's case when her brother got home.
No, Boom Boom was been off of R. Kelly kids.
Because in 2023, she was saying all these horrible things about R. Kelly.
Listen. That's what she do. She's against R. Kelly. She was never for R. Kelly.
Oh, but when her brother came home, she became sweet as a mouse. And her brother had her put up a video on how R. Kelly could possibly, a way to help him get out.
I ain't see that. I don't know about that. I
I
don't even want to
told you
speak on
about it.
it.
It's about a
I don't know.
20-minute long video. If she
Mm,
still got her page up. I told Levi about it too.
mm.
I think what he filed was post conviction release. I'm not sure.
Uh,
Habeas
I'm trying
corpus.
my bad, y'all. I was trying to find that video. As you know, I got a whole bunch of screen recordings and videos and shit in my phone. So I was trying to find that video real quick for y'all because I was gonna play it.
Send it to me
Um,
because I'm definitely gonna run it in the hole.
yeah, cause
Dana, just be
baby.
careful.
But this is the thing that like I said, and I still don't understand though. You are now you kissing the ass of the motherfucker who done doxed your ass. Cause last I checked, didn't Porky put out all Angie shit, everything about her motherfucking ass. Nobody would have known shit about that damn lady had she hadn't have put it out there.
Now I'm
Her
saying about
whole
Brooke,
life.
but I mean, but Brooke put it out first. But see, I'm trying to leave certain people out of shit. But if I gotta tap into resources, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, but I got the video where Porky doxed her ass though.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah, I got that video. This the video I got. I had it earlier. I'm trying to find it. I got so many. Like I said, I was trying to send some of this shit to my computer from my phone. Cause I'm trying to
That's what
pull
I
my
need.
phone out. But yeah, I got it.
That's what Angie gonna do is start screaming and have an asthma attack. Bitch die.
Who the fuck give a fuck hell? Cause the
Die.
same shit she do on her motherfucking
Yep.
platform was good for the fucking goose, good for the goddamn gander. So shit. And that's what I don't understand. They think, oh, I could talk about your kids, you can't talk about mine. I could put your
Man,
kids up there, you can't put mine
listen,
up there. Fuck
I'm a
that, bitch.
dog walk the shit out of all of her.
Everybody tired. We tired over this way. Fuck y'all hoes. You put my motherfucking children back up on the motherfucking screen, bitch. I'ma throw your motherfucking children on the screen. That's how this shit gonna roll from now on. I don't give a fuck. I play dirty, bitch. You take it there, I'm gonna take it to hell.
Facts.
And that's on Jesus and all his disciples. All that trying to be well, I'm not gonna go low because they go low. No, bitch, you go
But
low,
but
I'm gonna go lower.
why y'all think they would put his name and address and phone number up there?
Because they are trying to do what they did the last time. You remember the last time how they was getting this man put out of his shit, getting him fired from his job, put out of his apartment. That's the same thing that's going on now. And
Now
people was
Debo,
doing well-being checks, riding by this man's job, riding by his house. That's the same shit that they
mhm,
doing now. It's no different. Same
but
MO, just a
but
different time.
Debo played a video of Trent sending his friend to ride by Dana's house to fight Dana.
What?
He's talking
There's
about
a
that time
video
that Trent had his brother to come
on
to your
live,
allegedly come to your apartment. That I don't
on
even
live.
think it was your apartment because hell, you was
It
still
was a
on live as a
townhome.
motherfucker claim he showed up. So, honey, these folks do some weird shit.
But my thing is that takes it from stalking to aggravated stalking. Is my point.
Well,
Aggravated stalking is a felony.
I'm telling you, they can come stalk me. I ain't gonna call the police.
listen, listen.
Come
I ain't
stalk
even
me,
want
motherfucker, because
to.
I'm
Nah,
telling you, I
hold
got
on
something that's
now.
gonna hold you.
But
I
I ain't
ain't
even
calling the
want.
popo.
But I ain't even want to go the law way. I was begged to go this way. But
Now
okay,
I'm telling you, I ain't
listen,
calling the popo.
But you a man. How you gonna go any other way? And she's a woman.
man, listen. See, I can't. All right, okay.
That's like saying, okay, you go out into corporate America. Someone steals your credit card. You gotta go the law way. What you gonna go and blow up their building because they stole your information?
But
You
here's
know what
the
I'm saying?
thing. When Dana said that he was asked to go that route, he really was. And the reason why, and I'm gonna say, I was one of the ones that also told him to go legal. He's a man. These are
Hmm.
females that he going
Yeah.
against. One thing about it, these people on this internet, they always hollering about, oh, he a man. He should never be going after a woman. Well, tell these, and these ain't women. That's how I
They're
look at
not.
it. These ain't women.
Mm-mm.
These are bitches. So you know how I feel about a bitch. You see a bitch, you slap a bitch. When I see these hoes, I'm gonna slap their ass. But at the end of the day,
On God,
but at the end of the
on
day, it's
God.
like shit. He's a man.
But matter
So
of fact, including that little homeboy. But I like to play in other people's booties. I
my
swear to
thing
God,
is,
man.
with
Listen,
them sitting up there always hollering about, oh, he a man, he going after women, he shouldn't be going after women, and he a man. Okay, well then, if y'all feel like that, then bitch, we gonna put the motherfucking popos on your ass, and that's what he did. He put the popos on their ass. But see me, I ain't called the popo. I ain't calling the popo hoe. Stalk me. Roll up on me. Do a well-being checkup on me and see what that gets you. Come on down here to the app. Get a well-being check if you think she's sweet.
They want other people to do their dirty work.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what she do. She solicit people in her chat to do her dirty work. But see, when she get these motherfuckers fucked up, beat up, shot, stabbed, or whatever, it's gonna be on her. It ain't gonna be on nobody else because she shouldn't have solicited people.
It's gonna be on the county that Dana has gone to for help. They're not doing anything about it. See, this would have stopped. This would have stopped. If the police knock on a person's door, if they talk to that person, it will stop. But the thing is, I don't know how much more evidence he can give them. That's what happened in my case. I told them, I called them, I gave them stuff. They ain't do nothing.
He'll be prepared
You know?
to
So in his case, he gotta keep doing it. He gotta keep, and it's sad that it has to be that way. But this particular situation is on the internet. This has not just them and their friends and family involved. This has all of the internet involved that follows their channel. People that may not be wrapped too tight, may not can decipher through what's going on, and because she comes off as a motherly auntie type and God fearing and all that, people are gonna want to protect her.
Cash Cleveland, like I said before, I love him. I'm going to continue to follow
They're
him.
gonna want to support her.
Or who he lands with.
And that means any enemies of her is gonna be an enemy of them.
Listen, this comes from the same woman who had her mama on here threatening Dana and another content. I can't take nothing that the infamous scammer do seriously.
And that's the thing. Her scamming is what turned people. Okay, I need to step back and take a look. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It caused me to step back. Plus, what she was doing to Dana caused me to step back even more and look. And now what she's still doing, the scamming, it made people that were in the other sectors step back and look. Hey, something ain't right with her.
They know.
So thank God she made those mistakes.
They know something ain't right with her, but they continue to allow her to come on here and spew these lies and get other people involved in her bullshit.
But just think, what if she had money to pay people to do her dirty work? It would get done. Some people had money to pay people in my situation. It got done.
Well, she could pay somebody to try to come down here and do something to me. I invite all of them. I invite each and every one of them to.
But that's her. She say she go to the store off of Cleveland Avenue. She knows people.
She know them now, but she didn't know none of those folks off Cleveland then. She
I'm
didn't
just
know none of those people. She didn't know.
This is her.
Who she thinks she knows.
She thinks she's slick. This is what she's been doing since 2023 because I've been watching not just R. Kelly case.
Who do I know?
I've been watching YSL and Ernesto case. And this is what she has done for 2 years. Since I've been watching over 2 years. So I can only imagine what she was doing from 2019 until 2023.
The same old shit she doing now. Hell, trying to send her coochie through the phone. She's still having phone sex with her subs.
But with the tracker, when did the tracker? Okay, from the time when did you find the tracker, Dana?
I'm finna say that's something Dana have to tell you about that tracker situation. Exactly when he found it. I remember when he was told that the tracker was on his car.
Yeah, because
he went to the police station and they found the tracker on the car.
I thought that I can't remember the conversation he had on Dennis Byron's channel, but I thought he said he found the tracker and took it to the police, but they ain't do nothing about it. And with Dennis Byron's statement, now they started doing something about it. Oh, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That is not what I said, but I ain't talking about it until my case over with.
Okay.
Yeah, but that whole thing with that tracker, like I said, I believe that it was one on the first car. That's how they was able to track his first location.
Yeah. And the thing is, the police seem to have been ignoring you because you did tell Dennis Byron you told them something months ago and they hadn't done anything.
Well, they doing something about it now, and hopefully it goes in the right direction because something got to be done. This is ongoing. This has been going on for the past couple of years. And it's like it was so quiet and peaceful on these YouTube streets, and then all of a sudden, everybody want to come out the woodwork talking shit about Dana again and trying to get him doxxed and all this other goofy ass shit.
But
Like
the
it's
thing is, if you had an offer to sign a plea deal of time served, all these charges go away. You just have a misdemeanor trespass and what they give homeless people. Why didn't you take that deal? Why is it now a big situation?
first of all, she's guilty as hell. That's number one. Number two, who else is she gonna blame this shit on? You got to think about it. You got a tracker, and it comes back to somebody that is close to you.
But even I didn't
How
want
did
her.
it come back to somebody that's close to her if she's
Mhm,
saying that the tracker never existed and this is all a
mhm.
lie?
But see, the thing is, I didn't know the full details of everything. So I even at the end of last year, around last year, I didn't even want her to go. Like when Dennis Byron figured, about the track and all this, it started coming out. I was like, maybe they just need to squash all this. But it just, it just got worse and worse. I'm just seeing what she's doing in these other cases. I'm like, this lady don't stop. And then what Randa kept doing, it just didn't stop. You know what I'm
Course, that's
saying?
they
They
MO.
kept
They do
doing it.
that. This is what they do, but then they'll scrub their channels and make it seem as if they haven't done anything. And like I said, you can take it, yeah, you can scrub it off YouTube. You can take it down, you can hide it, but it's not deleted. It's not gone. Even if you delete it off YouTube, if the feds want it, it still can be got. So it's never gone. So
But
that's
that's
why
the
I don't
thing.
understand why delete your videos.
She's
Put them
so
back up.
smug. She's so confident that nothing is going to happen to her.
Yeah, but like I said, if I was nervous and scared about what could happen, I mean, I would come online if I'm trying to convince my people, the ones who are paying her, because you got to think about it. This lady gets her money off YouTube. Her subscribers really pay her bills. Like they take care of her.
That might be the case, but what it is translating to in my mind is that she's trying to get Dana off. That's what it translates to.
I mean,
And when
and
that girl, when Angie put his information up there again last night, and I
she did
know
that
Dana
because
has been moving because every time they put up
mhm.
his address, I Google it, and this is a whole new address.
Yeah, she put his address up there, but like I said, at
Yeah,
the end of the day, she's not gonna like it when so she ain't gonna like it if somebody do her like that. You know what I'm saying? But then they'll try to spin it. Oh, he did this and he did that, but no, bitch. Your shit was put out there by Porky, the same motherfucker that you had on your platform that you was sitting up there keying with and thinking shit was sweet and
they
funny.
she put her
See, this
address
is
up there.
what Randa Ben docs that motherfucker.
Now you
Randa Ben
see,
docs Angie.
I'm here in Florida. See, Dana got a lot of class because he could have put her address and all that up there. And
But that's
people
what I'm
been
saying.
watching this that are from Florida.
Angie Ben got
Mhm.
doxxed. Randa doxed her a long time ago.
Yeah, and like I said, Dana has a lot of class because he didn't do her like that. He didn't put her stuff out there
No,
because
he
I
ain't
would
put
have
her up
seen it.
there. He didn't. I mean, he didn't do it recently. He could have did it. He could have put
But I'm
all her
saying
shit
he
up there. He
didn't
could
do
have went
it
live and
at
did that.
least 2023, 2024, 2025. I ain't see that.
Let me tell you something.
I ain't
Angie
seen him
need
put nobody
views.
address up
Her
since I've been
channel, her
following.
channel is her channel
Mhm.
is dry as hell. That lady need views. She needs a friend too, because she be over there talking to herself. It don't be but one or two people in her damn chat because they don't be wanting to listen to that bullshit.
Yeah,
Them
but it's
folks
the
don't be want to listen to
magnitude
that
of what
shit
they're doing, man. This is
because they
not
they
good.
taking this shit too far.
It's gone too far. I mean, you see how Sylvia moves with all these different people. I mean, this is auntie we talking about.
They ain't my
And
auntie.
I'm
Shit.
I'm saying like in the streets, this is auntie. You don't mess with auntie.
In our streets, auntie get a wig split. Understand? For real. They don't play
I
that
was just
shit
saying,
down
you
here. I
know
don't
what
give
I'm
a fuck
saying.
how old you is.
But they done took this too far. And I don't
Yeah.
know. He not concerned, but I am concerned for him. He just don't know.
I mean,
Man,
listen,
I'm telling you, people
trust
done
me.
followed
When I
me
say
to
Dana
whole
is
other
good,
cities.
listen,
I
when
had a
I say
cousin.
Dana is good, Dana ain't worried about them. They can run up
I
on Dana or run up or think they gonna run in his house or however. Dana got some
Mm-hmm.
shit in that motherfucker that's gonna hold they motherfucking ass, baby. And if it
Mm-mm.
ain't holding them, baby, it's gonna take their ass up out of here. Trust and believe. He gonna be forever covered. Okay. That's one
Okay.
thing you ain't got to worry about, Dana, when it come to that. Protecting himself. He
Yeah.
got some shit that's gonna protect him at all costs.
I believe in that. You know what I'm saying? Like I know people that have gotten shot
Cause you
and
do
lived,
got some crazy people on these
but
internet streets.
it's just a simple fact you got shot. Like 50 Cent, he got shot 9 times. He lived.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people don't live.
No,
You know what
they
I'm
don't.
saying? So that's why I say, if you're a good person, you may live. You know what I'm saying? You got you're here for a purpose, but it's just a simple fact you have to go through that. Because I always think, why did I have to go through the things that I had to go through, even in my childhood? You know what I'm saying? It's not fair. Look at R. Kelly. It's not fair. I don't
Right.
believe he had a relationship with Shonda. And according to Debo, Rashonda died 6 months ago,
I don't
or
know. And he
Rashona,
don't even
she
I don't even
died.
think he know what the fuck he be talking about. That's
I don't know,
another
but I told y'all. See, in my case,
retarded ass motherfucker.
people either lost their kid, like a child, or they lost their own lives. People that did what they did to me, they actually witnessed death. I'm talking about several people died. More than 5 people died,
Oh, Dana said no, she
in
didn't. So
crucial ways.
Rashonda is still alive.
Oh,
He
well,
said no, she didn't. See, that's why I be saying people be putting shit out here and they don't even be knowing what the fuck they be talking about. That girl ain't dead.
yeah.
So Debo don't know
Because
what the
I was
fuck he
thinking
be
to
talking about.
myself, like, she'll never be able to come clean and tell the truth. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even understand why people still follow motherfuckers like him. He the same one that got out here and talking about, oh, R. Kelly name ain't worth defending, but yet and still you was calling yourself a supporter of R. Kelly. Make it make sense. It's either you was defending the man or you not defending him. You a supporter or you not a supporter. Like
He
it
was,
can't be both. But he was supporting him when it was beneficial to him with the
wasn't he calling him
motherfucking
his
party
uncle
busters
or something
and
in
all of
23?
that trying to get money. They all it was for these people was residuals. They
Cash
wanted the
ups.
money, the funds. Yeah. That's it. That's all. If you notice, that's all these folks come on here for is hit the cash out. Hit the cash out. The
They
Venmo, the
crazy.
PayPal, the they always got a form of payment. Like go sit your ass down somewhere.
And it's crazy how they weren't creative enough to do something else, right? Get on another, do something else to build your page. You don't like this man.
They
Now,
don't
every
want but
time he has an
they'll
appeal or
use R.
something, y'all
Kelly.
got problems, drama.
Yeah, but and as you say, they will use our Kelly name for the funds. That's it. They be trying to get paid. They don't care about R. Kelly or whether he get out of jail. Just no more than Sylvia care about YSL. She
Yeah.
got what she wanted for real, and she's trying to milk that shit for whatever she can get out of it. Why you think she's
Anything?
still trying to contact the damn people from the news to get them to cover the rest of the YSL case? Because she needs to get her name out there. She's trying her best to get herself in a position to where she's part of media. You keep hearing her
Hmm.
say, "Oh, I'm new media. I'm new media. I'm not biased. I bring you the facts." You don't, but she don't bring no. What facts have y'all seen Sylvia bring on any case?
None.
I
And
ain't
she
seen
don't
her
read the
bring no
stuff
facts.
right. She keep
Hell
messing up
no, cause she
when she
can't
read,
read.
changing the whole definition of what
She
was
can't
said.
read. When that motherfucker try to read a paper or any type of paperwork, I be thinking about Thomas the Damn Train. I think I can. I think I can. I be
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is she doing? Like for real. You know you got a word pronunciation problem. She leaves off the S's when they're
She got
supposed to
three
be S's
master
at the end
degrees
of the word.
though.
Yeah, but she got 3 master degrees. You said masters, but we she say master. She got 3 master degrees. She ain't got no masters with the S. She got the master degree.
Mm.
She got 3 of them.
So she's playing on our tops. She can
Man,
read right. She know.
if that lady got 3 master degrees or master's degrees, then shit, I'm the president of the United States. And I am definitely not the president. So therefore she don't got no damn masters. Hell, I would be surprised if the motherfucker had a high school diploma or a
At that,
GED.
yeah, sure, no, for real. Yeah, because that's like that ain't even a third grade level reading what she doing.
I'm telling you. I told you she really like I think I can. I think I be thinking the damn Thomas the Train when she be reading.
It's a lot of questions I have about her. It's a lot of questions. I do.
And then people don't won't ask themselves this question: their money that she took up for Kel's brother. I don't know
Oh
if
yeah.
y'all remember when Kel's brother was supposed to be going down there to visit, and it was said that the brother never went to see Kel. He was down there, but he couldn't get in because he didn't have the proper paperwork. So
And they put up a
she
picture.
came back on her.
hmm
But listen,
And
she
and
came
Dana
back
J
on her
debunked
live
the
and
picture.
lied. Right.
hmm
But she came back on her live and lied and said, "Oh, he saw Kels. It went
And put
good
up
and
that
all of
blurry
this."
picture.
Mm-hmm. But
And
nobody's
then,
holding her ass accountable for that. Or
but I've
what
been
about the
told her.
fact that she was overcharging people for those transcripts when she
I've
wasn't
been
even supposed to be selling them?
I've been told her in her chat that how can his brother go see him? I even sent the link for the website to where you can find the rules of how to visit someone in federal prison.
Right.
And he is a brand new. He had a brand new felony. He went out for years, to give it time, so he wasn't eligible to go see his brother.
Right.
But she still rode with it, just like with the uniforms. I'm like, his uniforms are state property. He doesn't have to pay for those. And the website she put up was for the uniforms for these correctional officers, and she never corrected that, unless she corrected it on her.
But she'll come
Um,
out here and lie and tell y'all
you
that
know,
R. Kelly needed some damn uniforms and he
hmm
in prison.
and that's why I
Come on
started
now.
following her to the slide channel. 'Cause I'm like, maybe there's some more information back there. Maybe she corrects this on the back end, but she never does correct it.
No,
So
what she does is she comes out and she pretends and fakes on that first channel. And then she go to her backup channel. That's what she does, her messy shit, doxing and pulling up people's information and shit like that. That's the
mhm.
same channel that she used when she was a moderator for Asriel Clary. See,
Well,
I
she
have
does
this.
know that Tasha K got sued by Cardi B, and I'm thinking that Tasha K didn't have insurance because usually you have at least a $2 million insurance policy for your business. So Dana can actually sue her for whatever that policy is. Does she even have business insurance?
Who talking about Sylvia?
Yeah, she can be sued.
Oh,
They're gonna sue
hell.
her insurance. If he contact the lawyer right now, he gonna investigate and see does she have business insurance.
Mm,
In fact, he can just sue her and take her whole channel. He can own Infamous Sylvia.
he needs to. He needs to because at this point, I
hmm
mean, it is overly stalking, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, they've
Like
been
I
coming
think
out
that's
here
what
for the
that
past.
Tasha K was saying, that they was gonna take her channel too. I don't know, but she figured out a way to get out of it by filing
They've been coming.
bankruptcy.
They've been coming out here, like I said, for the past couple of days,
hmm
talking about Dana, talking about him and his child support, like Angie did last night. Um,
She should have took that plea deal and took one for the team, because now she finna rope everybody into that. It's crazy. They should have just been quiet. I would have just been quiet because obviously
no,
the state.
they ain't got to be quiet. Let them keep doing what they doing, antagonizing and doing all this extra shit that they've been
Mhm.
doing. Let them continue to do it because guess what? It's only gonna help his case. It's not gonna hurt his case. It's only going to help improve his case because it shows that all of them are connected. See, they keep
Mm-hmm.
trying to say, "Oh, I'm not connected to this one, and I don't know that one." Yeah, you do. And like I said, even with Debo, when he was trying to take up for Sylvia, but these are the same motherfuckers, her and her home girl. Why is it that these bitches are the common denominator? These are the same hoes that sat up there and put charges on his half a head ass, and
Mm-hmm.
then went and stood by his ass to say free R. Kelly. But they tried to have your ass arrested while you was in New York. Make it make fucking sense.
Yeah, because I don't understand how is Debo so against Dana, and Dana didn't say nothing when he went with that juror when he was in trouble in jail, but Levi and Larry went in on they put up a video every single day. If it wasn't one of them, it was both of them. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't both of them, it was one of them. They put up a video every single day. Now I can't hear from Larry. I don't see no posts by him. I don't know if he got other channels, but I don't
Everybody
hear
is
from Levi
they
so
because
much. But
they
he,
are they've already done their exit. You got to
mm-hmm,
think about it. The reason that they're not on the internet and saying anything anymore is because they're done. They didn't did their job. They did what they wanted to do. They was put brought on these YouTube channels to
to
cause
keep our
division between R. Kelly supporters. They've done that.
mm-hmm,
So there's nothing else to do. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? They've already dismantled the support for R. Kelly because as you can see, there's not as many
nobody,
channels talking about R. Kelly or the
mm-hmm,
case anymore. The ones that were talking about the case, they was trying to uh dox, get them fired, stalk their families and shit like that. When Prima Donna, Dana, people like Dana, Prima, um, who else? I mean, I can even say, in a sense, I'm not gonna say they dox spitting fire or anything like that, but they even call themselves slyway turning their back on spitting fire.
mm-hmm.
Even with Papoose, when she was coming out here and talking about kids, although I didn't agree with a lot of shit that she was saying, um, because she is supportive of Don Russell. I don't. I think Don Russell is a big part of the reason that Kels is in jail.
Here you go.
One
Because I
Papoose,
don't think,
she don't think
yeah,
that. She think that he was the man that had the master plan. But they did the same thing even with one Pap. They was, well, Debo did rather, putting her kids up on the platforms and shit like that,
mm-hmm.
trying to dox her and shit like that and find out information. It's
but
never
but see,
fucking fun.
my thing with Don Russell is I don't think he made that phone call, and if he did make that phone call, it was already a part of the plan because I think he came from the government that Don Russell already had a case against him before he even met R. Kelly or came into R. Kelly's life. He said he came around because he heard the song Admits.
Which makes
So
me think that he was using R. Kelly to get time off of whatever he had going
that's what I'm
on.
trying to tell you now. So that's why when Dana says Don Russell came from the set of Surviving R. Kelly, I want to know what that meant and when did that happen, what year? Because Infamous Sylvia technically came from the set of Surviving R. Kelly, and she clearly brought in women, young women, to pad more so to his case, and she did not help his case with Demetrius Smith. She wanted Demetrius Smith to pursue the case to actually take the stand. It's what I gathered from the one recording. So if she thinks that recording was to help R. Kelly, then I can only imagine how damning those other recordings are. And for Demetrius Smith to call her a snitch. See, Demetrius didn't want to go take the stand. He just wanted R. Kelly to pay him, what was it, $1 million or 10 million, whatever he asked for. That's
I
it.
don't even know.
He says it on the recording. So why shouldn't tell that to R. Kelly?
I mean, either way, it still doesn't negate the fact that all of those people played a part, from the twins to Don Russell. They all had a part in this man
Mm-hmm.
getting the conviction that he got. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
And you know
And
what?
if
Even
Sylvia and Randa and the
mm-hmm,
rest of them really gave a fuck about kills and really cared about this man and him getting out or having a fair trial,
they
they would have
don't.
stayed their ass out
Sylvia,
of this man's case.
I'm gonna tell you why she don't care. Because number one, she's not African American. What's her name? Randa don't care because she feels like she's better than us because she's light skinned and ugly. But she still feels like she's better than us. She comes from that kind of faction of people. And you know, Larry is not African American. His last name Modalisti or Modalist or something. So he from Haiti or somewhere. So these people don't like us. And Levi, I think he has a great antipathy for R. Kelly. I think he has been jealous of R. Kelly if he really does know R. Kelly. Because if you can repeat that R. Kelly said that he married Aaliyah, but you can look at this marriage license and know for fact that this did not happen, why would you
Listen,
say it?
I would say this. I wouldn't believe nothing that none of those folks that you just named, from Sylvia to Don Russell
Mm-hmm.
to even grown man. I wouldn't believe nothing that none of them say. If you
Mm-hmm.
ain't hear it from R. Kelly yourself, I
Mm-hmm.
just don't even, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because at the
But
end
what
of
I'm
the
saying
day,
is the real Dana, she made it on her show last night. She mentioned that group of people that come against African Americans. They're black. They look like us. They're skin folk, but they're not kinfolk. And that's what I discovered here in the R. Kelly sector and other sectors as well, because Too Strong is from Jamaica. Um Mr. Let Go, he's either Bohemian or Haitian. I'm just letting you know these people are not African American that are on these platforms that are tearing our African American
Audra,
people down.
we
Hmm.
ain't even African American.
No, I'm using that
Okay.
term meaning
No, I know
you know
what
you
you
ain't come
saying,
from the
but I'm just
islands.
saying we
Yeah,
are not even African American. We
yeah,
are
but what I'm saying
indigenous.
is, yeah, we're the ones that were here, whether we came over from slavery, off the boats, or our people were already here. But we know that,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But we know there's a certain group, and you can tell by the way they talk, the way they look, the way they act, different ways. You can tell, okay, you're from someplace else. You're not
Yeah,
from
but I
here.
mean, we deal with that every day. Africans
Yeah.
don't like us. Africans don't like the people that they quote unquote call
If,
African
if
American. They
even
don't.
look at what they show is Love and Hip Hop. What's the name? The dance hall one.
Oh, you
The
talking
one
about
with the blue
Spice?
hair. Yeah, she went too far. She just acting like she the junk, calling out everybody who's ever done hip hop. Like y'all seeing that they not doing their music. Well, it's okay as long as they put out quality. Is you just putting out music that don't nobody don't listen to. You know what I'm saying? Because I listen to Jamaican music, and I could find one female artist, Jamaican artist, and put 3 songs against every album you ever put out. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't see it that way. She just wanted to insult them. You know what I'm saying? And technically, if they were to battle rap her, they would win, even down to Bambi. You know what I'm saying, on that show. But it's just a simple fact that you took it out of you wanted to felt like you were hitting below the belt. And when you watch people like Mr. Let Go and Too Strong and Sylvia, they're hitting below the belt. They're going too far. And that's the same thing that we have here with African Americans who are self haters. I just
Yeah,
found
but
a later channel
she'll
last
be
night,
she'll be
and
on her platform in the morning, praising the Lord, giving
mhm,
affirmations.
yeah, I just found this new channel where this lady, she is. Let me give you the name of the channel. That way, y'all will have it. But she's African American, dark skin, and beautiful. But
Hmm.
she hates us. She hates her own people. And I wonder, who are her parents? You know, how did they raise you to hate yourself? You know, but we have that battle going. And if you listen to the people who were against R. Kelly, they were people that had some childhood trauma, self haters. They're foreign, so they hate him anyways because he's successful. These are people that came against him, or they were racist. You know, and honestly, some Caucasians aren't even like that towards R. Kelly. You know, but I don't know. Because, like, the sisters, one took the stand back in the '08 trial. He won that trial. You laughing?
No, I'm laughing because
Uh,
Dana said Audra about to fuck up all my future protests.
oh, okay. So, yeah, she back in the '08. And now, why aren't you on these platforms telling people, hey, I took the stand. This is what I said at trial.
Right.
But I was wrong, and this is why I was wrong. And regarding Rashonda in this decade-long relationship, because the sister has said that R. Kelly was never in a romantic relationship with Rashonda.
Mm-hmm.
That Rashonda was his goddaughter, and that she would go
Right.
pick her up from school. Da da da. So you need to tell people that now that it's out that people are saying that he was in a 10-year relationship. Because the reason people did not care that R. Kelly was convicted is because of Rashonda or Rashona, whatever you call her, that tape, the P tape girl, and Aaliyah. That's the reason. And now you have somebody telling you, I was the P tape girl and we had a 10-year relationship. Why ain't it ain't clicking in nobody's head to say, okay, well, Sparkle is her auntie. If she was in this 10-year relationship, why Sparkle has never said anything about that 10-year relationship? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think in this R. Kelly sector, when I mentioned that at the beginning of 2023, that should be the focus. No one listen, but I'm letting you know what people are saying out here in my community in
Right.
Florida, right? That's what they think. So, and then you got the younger generation where their parents, half of them don't have the father in the house. You know what I'm saying? So, and these are people in their 30s now, their 20s and 30s now. They don't know who R. Kelly is,
Right. Right.
and they don't understand. They thinking R. Kelly's probably this awful dude because, yeah, they probably got conceived off of his music, but their father's not around. Their mother was strung out on something or strung out on a drug. So I think that we as I think that we have to um get the word out, and I would hope that Dana or someone could reach out to those sisters and bring them back out to the internet, let them talk, because as much as I'm talking, I'm just taking bits and pieces of what people have
Which
said.
which which sisters are you talking about? You're not talking about
The ones
Jen
that
and
work.
Lindsay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Then the
the
ones.
Austin twins, not the Austin twins, the white chicks.
Yeah, the ones that worked for him well into 2019. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I not well. I'm just trying to see why would we want to hear anything else from them? Because one already testified against R. Kelly, so and
Yep.
that was like a
And
while
she
back.
didn't take the stand in the new case. But in the
Right.
'08, she has gone on these platforms and said that well, I don't know if she told us what she testified
It
to,
to
but
me,
she has
it's
said
like
that she
she
was wrong.
retract what she said.
Yeah, she
She
retracted,
basically, yeah,
but she didn't
she
take the stand this time. Why
right.
didn't you? Because there's called defense witnesses and witness for the
Well,
prosecution.
as you know, her sister did a whole press tour saying that the sister that took the stand was pressured by the state to
But
give
she
her
needs to
testimony.
tell that. She got to tell
I
that.
mean, well, she told it on YouTube. That's where you right. She should have told it to the courts. But of course,
Hmm.
like I said, when these people come out here to do things, of course they're gonna tell you what they want you to
Hmm.
know. They're gonna tell you what you want to hear. because to them Austin twins, they was in a lot of this getting money behind the scenes shit as Sylvia now. If you think about it, they all was with that initiative. The Austin twins, the fake R.
Were they
Kelly
on
sister,
Surviving R. Kelly or
what
one
the
of them?
Austin twins, yeah. Yeah,
Really?
they was on Survive. Yeah. Yeah, they was a part of Surviving R. Kelly.
You know, I couldn't watch that. My mom had it on. I was like, "Ma, I can't watch that. I can't watch people lie. I'm not, you know what I'm
And that's
saying?
what I'm saying. So why would we even want it? We don't need to hear shit else from them Austin twins. They need to stay where the fuck they at.
It's
Because at the
not
end of the
about
day, they done
that.
came out here, they
c-
done lied and told so many fucking false stories and shit.
Right.
And
But
then,
what
like
I'm
I
saying
said,
is, they
one
became
particular time,
they
huh? Go
became
ahead.
agents when they decided to do that. Just same with Larry. We need to hear from him. What did you do, Larry? What exactly
Well,
did you
we
do?
know what
Break it
Larry
down.
did. We know what Larry did. Larry
We
did
need to
just
know
what
what
he was put
Sylvia
out
did.
here to do.
We need to know what her role was. See,
Right.
they're gonna have to come out and say, I'm guilty of this. And they're not gonna want to do that. So if they don't want to do that, then we have to expose it. We gotta bring it up and say, okay, this is what Olsen said at that trial back in '08. Now let's see if it coincides with what she says now. This is what what's the name Sparkle said in the trial in '08. Does it coincide with what was said now? Because no one mentioned a 10-year relationship with Rashona until the trial, and only Rashona mentioned that, right? And
Right.
maybe her friend. But what I'm saying is, when I was reading those trial transcripts along with Spit and Fire, I did not gather that Jennifer Bunjean was actually saying that R. Kelly was in a relationship with her. She was saying, according to you, according to what Rashonda had told the detectives in Discovery. Now, when Jennifer Bunjean did her appeal or whatever that was, she went before, I guess, the Supreme Court or whoever she went before, and it's a recording of that online. When she said what she said, that was not in the presence of R. Kelly. Because had Rashona been in a 10-year long relationship with R. Kelly, there would not have been a need for her to take the stand. Her goal on that stand was to prove that she was the person on the tape and it was R. Kelly with her, and to prove that she was in a 10-year relationship. So if he's saying he was in a 10 relationship with her, there was no need for her to take the stand. He pleaded
Right.
guilty at that point. So where Dana get it from that Jennifer Bunjean said that, she has never said that. Now, if she said something behind R. Kelly's back, like what Stephen Greenberg said on YouTube behind R. Kelly's back, that R. Kelly told him that he really did marry Aaliyah, which Don Russell said R. Kelly told him that he really did marry Aaliyah, which Levi said R. Kelly told him that he really did marry Aaliyah. And we can all see with our own eyes that this marriage license is a fake.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, you know, those three, Don Russell, Levi, and Steve Greenberg, are moles, Moles. Now, Jennifer Bunjean, because she said what she said in front of this Supreme Court or wherever she was, that make her a mole from the beginning. And she didn't try to help him. And I told Lady D, I told y'all, and Lady D was like, she kicked me off her channel. I said, because I done been through this. I know what's supposed to be said. To prove a person's innocent, you really got to prove they're innocent. You can say you're innocent until proven guilty all you want, but they're proving you guilty by someone simply taking the stand.
But wasn't there something that happened not too long ago? With Lady D channel, somebody told a lie
Mm.
or something on her channel. I know she
What
came
they
on there.
did?
She was going off
Mm.
about something that I guess she had put out, and
Oh, about the
turned out
song,
it turned out to be a lie,
the
and
music,
she was
oh,
upset.
the picture, the picture. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that picture circulating. You think I shared it on my Facebook page? No, because I'm like that picture is just as blurry as the video from 1996, the infamous
Oh,
pieces.
Dana said Lily. Oh, okay. That's what it was. Lily
So
had got
Lily
on her
said the tape was
platform
fake.
and made
The picture was fake. I
she
don't even
got
want to
on
get
her
into
she
that.
got on Lady D's panel and lied. She was telling some lies or something over there, and
Whoa.
Lady D had to come back on her platform and retract some stuff that was said because
Mhm.
Lily put it out on her channel.
And that's the thing too. I want because it makes it hard to differentiate between who's really for R. Kelly and who's not. You know what I'm saying? Like little petty things like we should be able to say, "Oh, I made a mistake. I'm sorry." You know what I'm
Prima
saying?
Donna
Instead
Prima
of
Donna
keeping
said
it
these
out.
the same fools that said they set things up for appeal that they should have defended in a trial. Yup, that's true.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these the same people. The same people. And that's the killing part. It be the same players that always have to insert themselves in this man's shit. Now, even with Prima coming out and I don't know if you saw Prima video that she just did, but she had did a video and she was talking about the uh interview that's supposed to be coming out. They got some type of activist. Now that activist that they got, he looked like a damn crackhead. And like I said, this to me is nothing more than another ploy for them to make money, like they
Who
did the
brought out
last
this
time.
activist? Dottie and Lolo?
Uh-huh. And he looked like a
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Hold on
crackhead.
1 second. I'll be back. Okay. Hold on.
Okay. But yeah, the man that they brought out, he looked like he was on drugs. And I hate to call somebody a crackhead if they ain't no crackhead, but I'm just telling you, that's what he looked like to me. The man looked like he was on drugs. He don't look like he ever been an activist for anything under the sun other than a rock. Okay. So I believe that's what he's going to be. Oh, the power of attorney. Oh, okay. So the power of attorney is the one who got the activists to come on out here and he done went and found him a grade A crackhead to come out here and try to get the folks out they good bread. That's all that is. So y'all be careful out here because they still scamming. They trying to get y'all to give up that good moolah. So yeah, don't fall for the okie doke. Please don't fall for the okie doke. Yeah, don't fall for the okie doke because they trying to get y'all to give up their money. Who is the power of attorney? The money man that was on Dr. Rice's platform. Right. And see that's another thing. All these other players, they extra fucking quiet. You ain't heard nothing else from Dr. Rice. You ain't what happened to Dr. Rice? Shit. What happened to Dr. Rogers? I remember Dr. Rogers was the same one that Sylvia doxed. You can see her damn face in the silhouette. All of these people have disappeared off these platforms.
Mm.
Blockbuster, gone. You ain't heard nothing else from Blockbuster. These are all of the people, phases the next level. All of these people that was involved in Kale's case. When all of this shit was really just, getting up and started and hitting the fan, and now everybody is totally quiet. Um you can't even find Dr. Rogers on the internet. For
But you
real.
know what?
Dr.
Maybe it was
Rice.
a combination of people who thought he was guilty, like Tasha K. Maybe she didn't look into the case because I don't think she has a case against herself. I think that she was just a YouTuber and just because I think I started following her right before the R. Kelly thing. She had like 80,000 subscribers, and then she went like to a million right away.
And
So
then
I
here's
think
the thing
you
too.
know
Y'all forgot
they
Jet Fly
hmm
Leaks was just over there on Randall channel.
who
Jet Fly Leaks, the one who was leaking R. Kelly music. Yeah. He was just
yeah.
over there
Mm.
on Randall's platform not too long ago. I got that video too. I told you I screen record a lot of shit. That's why my
So
phone ain't got no damn storage
do
now.
you think that these people think he's guilty of something, or do you think that they are just sociopaths and they are wanting to use someone to get out of their own situations. Because
I
I
don't know
know
if I
that
don't
Boom
even
Boom
know if these
Room
people
wanted her
have
brother
any.
released.
Well, see, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if these people have or what their motive is behind the closed doors, except
Mm-hmm.
for money. My thing is money can make a person do a lot of strange things. Okay,
Yeah, but the
especially when
main
it comes
ones,
to money hungry people like Sylvia Randa and all the rest of them.
yeah, but the
Go
main
ahead,
one
Audrey.
getting money is only Sylvia. Now, maybe Angie probably getting monetized. I know she's getting commercials played. So, you know, and she's put a lot of hours into that channel. A lot. Like doubles. But,
First of all,
you know,
nobody is making money like Sylvia and them. Cause you got to think about it. This lady has gotten fancy Airbnbs, food. People
mm-hmm,
buying her food. People is
mm-hmm,
paying her rent. People
mm-hmm,
is paying for her
mm-hmm,
trips from here to there. You know, she done set up a whole damn store. She gets on the internet begging for people to sponsor her through Amazon and
yeah.
all of this other shit. You
So
see what I'm saying?
what year did she give that interview on that Zoom call with Randa and all them? What year was that? Where she tells about her case.
I can't really tell you exactly the date or when
Was it
that live was.
2021,
I'm not
2020?
sure. Cause they didn't took the video that they taken down, but Dana got it. Dana
Yeah.
got all the videos.
But do you kind of recall what year that you
If
first
I'm
saw
not
it?
mistaken, I'm thinking it probably was in like 2020, 2021. Is when I would say a good 2020, 2021 is when I first, because
Yeah.
I don't know exactly when I first knew about that.
Mhm.
That oh well, Dana
In
said it was February 2019. Okay, well, I
2019.
didn't I didn't become
Mm.
aware of that till 2020.
So when did she tell you, Dana, about the essay case for her to feel she need to tell everybody else about it? When did she first tell you? She told you in 2019.
I'm thinking that's what he said too. Yep, Prima said why did Dana back away from Sylvia playing the Dr. Rice
January.
audio, but they skipped all of that. Yeah, because of course
Hmm.
I believe that the reason Dana got away from Sylvia with that whole Dr. Rice shit, because he wasn't finna go to jail with their ass. She knew
So
that Dr.
when
Rice was trying to bribe Azriel.
so because she was saying in that video that she was still going to court for R. Kelly even during, she was still going to court for her SA case, even while she was going to court for R. Kelly. So that's why I interpreted that video to at least have taken place, that Zoom call to have taken place in 2021 or 2022.
So what you saying, Audrey, is that you believe that she was using R. Kelly's case to try to
Heck
get her
yeah.
charges. Okay.
Because if
So
you listen to
that's what
that
I
Zoom
because
call,
I
she
didn't I
says,
didn't understand what her case had to do with that, but you
yeah,
just
because she mentioned that case with her daughter. It started like 2015.
oh okay, but I thought that case was already like they had
Resolved,
already
no.
made it. Yeah.
Mm-mm, no. She told them in that Zoom call that I was still going to try going to court for that case, for the SA case, while I was going back and forth to R. Kelly's trials.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
That's what I'm trying to get y'all to figure this out. Cause how could y'all not know this? But I picked up on it. And did she have an ankle monitor? She went to New York, Chicago. And when you have a state case with this essay, when she was on pretrial release,
Mm-hmm.
the conditions of your pretrial release is like being on probation. You can't leave
Well,
the
she said
state.
her stuff is sealed, so you
It
can't.
wasn't sealed then. She
Even
was
though
still going to court.
she said it's lies though. She said that
No,
she
she
never.
was when she said she's still going to court. That's called pretrial release.
Mm,
They just hadn't come to a deal or came to a
agreement.
trial date yet. See, she
Right.
cut a plea deal. Come on now. If you seal a case, what does that mean?
That it won't be seen. Shit, if it's sealed, you
Well,
can't
this
see
is
it.
the thing. When you have a case and you beat that case, it is not sealed. People can still go and look at the discovery, the police report, everything. It will
Well,
say,
she just told her people the other night
no,
to go look it up. She
listen,
just
this
told
is
her
what it
people
will
the other
say.
night to go look it up.
It's going to say dismissed or no build if you beat that case.
Well, she said
One
she
of two
told people to
things.
go look it up. She said that it doesn't exist.
No build means like it was never charged.
What's up, EJ? EJ said the Warriors and the white man booty lover up to their funky tricks again. Yes, they are.
Yeah. So she did not beat that case because to seal something, you got it sealed. I want to. Why she won't pull that up? She talk about everybody else's case. If you brought it out here, you put it out into the universe. You told everybody about
She
it,
sure did.
right? Why don't you just? Because you said tonight you were going to debunk all these lies. So I'm waiting patiently. Wait, what is you going to debunk?
Well, she
Right?
did
She
go
does that a
live.
lot, and I'm like, okay, forget
Why you ain't
that.
talking to me, EJ?
So I
Well, she
fell
did
asleep.
go live though. She went live and she was talking about the case, and she spoke on Dr. Rice and the recording that she played on her platform, and she tried to spin it and say that Dana was jealous because she played it and he didn't play it, that it wasn't
Wait. I
given
want
to
to
him.
address Dana. Dana, there is no way possible that that Zoom call occurred in 2019 because R. Kelly hadn't gone to trial yet. She said that
I think when he
I was still going to court when I was going to R. Kelly's trials in that Zoom call.
I think when he put January, he was talking about
When he found out about her
yeah,
essay
when he
case,
found out,
but
yeah.
he said February 2019 is when that Zoom call occurred. No, that Zoom call occurred later, much later.
He Dana said he was on the call. He was on that call.
Oh, I didn't see you on that call.
Yeah, he said he was on that call.
So, because she said she was going to court for years.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, you would be
Mhm.
surprised, man.
You
These
ain't
people
never
they
had
get
a
out here and
case.
they
You
lie
ain't never
so
had a
much.
charge against you. Never.
Who, me?
Yourself. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. As an adult,
Yes.
did you have to go to court?
Yes.
How many times or for how long? A year, 2 years, a few months,
Oh
one
no, I
time,
ain't. I went to court one time and that was it.
and they got it thrown out or something like that,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if it hadn't gotten thrown out, right? Your attorney got to prepare for that case. The state got to prepare for that case. Your attorney can
Mm-hmm.
choose to file, speedy trial. Okay.
Right. Right.
Technically, whether your attorney files speedy trial or not, they have to give you a trial within 180 days. But most places don't follow their rule. So most people go
Correct.
to court for at least a year. If they can't get a hold of the witness, they'll throw it out after a year.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If they can't get a hold of the state's witness, the people don't want to come forward. They just bugging, leave me alone. They'll usually throw it out after a year.
Right.
But if you have a situation where the state really wants you, like you got a serious charge, or you can sue them because maybe something they did wrong, and now you got a civil rights suit against them, then they gonna do whatever they can to get you. Or like in R. Kelly's case, they want his masters because why would you fix it so he didn't have no witnesses take the stand? Who took the stand in his
Well,
defense?
see, that was the PI's. That was where the PI was supposed to come in because he was supposed to be gathering all of the witnesses in R. Kelly's case. and he
Mhm.
was given the money to actually get those people to the court. But what he chose to do was keep the money and pocket the money, as they all have pocketed money from R. Kelly. And he did not get the witnesses that was needed to take the stand. So shit, they, like I said, and I still continue to say, they all
Mhm.
had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Because why is the PI and the PI's wife intertwined with Sylvia and her crew?
And
I mean,
that's the thing too. I think that people need to start speaking up. Like I wish R. Kelly had taken the stand. Just like I wish Diddy had said that video was AI, because I saw it was AI. I knew it was tampered with when I saw it. But he apologized instead of discussing the tape and then saying, "Okay, I apologize because we did have an altercation, but it was mutual, and that tape has been modified." You know what I'm saying?
listen, let me tell
And
you
I
the
have
reason
apologized
why.
before, but I'm gonna apologize again. You know.
Let me tell you why there will never be a
Mhm.
resolve within this sector, or a resolution, right? The reason why there will never be a resolution between the people when it comes to R. Kelly, and nobody will be able to support R. Kelly the way they really want to, is because you have people like Sylvia Randa and
Yeah.
all the rest of
That's
those
gonna dox
people
you,
that will do the same thing that they are
harass.
doing now, that they have done, which
Mhm.
is they have uh basically mutilated all of the support for this man. People are now like, okay, well, this is messy. Who's going to want to come out and protest? I wouldn't dare go and protest with nobody like Sylvia, Randa, Debo. I wouldn't walk a pie factory with them motherfuckers, let
Yeah, and it's
alone
gonna come a
down the
time when they're
street.
gonna need people, and nobody's gonna be there. Nobody
And so
is
that's
gonna be
when
there for
I
them.
say that, I'm just saying, like,
Mhm.
people like me, when I first came into this, I was a regular subscriber, okay? Just a regular
Mhm.
person. I did not have a YouTube channel. And I don't even consider myself a YouTuber. I just consider myself a regular person, just like everybody else. I consider myself a regular sub because I don't get, this ain't me. I don't get paid from YouTube. YouTube ain't giving me no checks. I don't get no cash ups. I ain't received not damn super chat. Hell, you can't even super chat this channel because my channel is not monetized at all. So
Mhm.
clearly that should tell you that that's not what I come on here for. Um,
Mhm.
at the end of the day, I came when the only reason that made me start my channel was, yes, you have to have a way to fight back when somebody is attacking you or attacking your family. And this is what
Mhm.
these people have done. They come in, and when you don't have, or they don't like the opinion that you have, or something that you don't say, instead of being adult about shit and agreeing to disagree, or have your opinion, voice your own opinion, or however you feel in a respectful manner, these motherfuckers like to go pulling up your information, getting on the screen, reading it, posting your kids and all this goofy whack ass shit, and then get behind the motherfucking internet and want to talk shit on a keyboard because they know that, oh, I ain't never gonna see this person, so I ain't got to worry about them doing shit to me until you run up on their ass in real life. You see what I'm saying? And then all of the
Mhm.
bullshit go out the window. They get to go and filing police reports and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. It just like when they got Debo down there and put paperwork out on his ass, and they supposed to be at a goddamn protest. I mean, literally,
Mhm.
people was trying to go down there and support this man. Who the fuck finna go down there and you got innocent people that could possibly get hurt? Somebody could either get stabbed, somebody could either get shot. All of that shit could have went left. Hell, Debo and Bedbug was shooting at each other. If I don't know if y'all recall or seen that video where they were shooting at each other down there in
Yeah, I
Chicago.
heard that someone shot up his mom house.
No, it wasn't his mama house. Here they were shooting at a car. They were shooting at each other.
Mm.
They was in a car.
Who is Bad Book? I don't know.
DJ Tyson.
Yeah. Yeah.
I call his ass Bed Bug.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, why would anybody want to go and protest with people like that? when it's always some bullshit. I remember when Dana, before all of the bullshit even popped off, and that's what a lot of that shit was about too. People was trying to figure out why was the dream team not gonna go and protest. Why would we? Who the fuck wants to
Mhm.
go out there and get involved in that bullshit they had going on? You know what I'm saying? Then you putting innocent people in the crossfire of bullshit, and then you got innocent people that's possibly going to jail. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Behind what? And then what did they go down there and do? They went down there and party. Yeah, y'all went down there and said free R. Kelly a couple of times, but that was it. But what did you accomplish after that? Not a goddamn thing. And they honestly thought that just because they made the shade room that they did something. Y'all didn't make the shade room and that shit was went viral for something good. When they
They
made the
made the
shade room,
shade
that
room.
shit was for that shit was for something ignorant. The chants that they were saying waiting on the motherfucking lifetime check and all of
But see,
that
that's the
goofy
thing
ass shit.
too.
Like, come on now.
With the other part to where the government informant comes into play is that they got free range to do whatever. Never in my life have I ever known people to come out and do what they're doing unless they're government informant, right? Because I'm gonna tell you, the person that came after me, I think they're a government informant. Like they literally just the same charge I had, they just had the same charge, and it
Exactly,
got
Primo.
taken away. Like boom, like it was gone within maybe days. This year, 2025. So they still doing that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying to you is when you have free range, I'm talking about free range. This person could come outside my house. The police come like, check that car. They're gonna break in my house. That's what I'm sensing. Boom. I come back home. My home broken into. You know what I'm saying? When you have
Mm,
free range to do whatever you want to do, and nobody's gonna pick up press charges against you for nothing that you do, for stalking, aggravated stalking, okay, for giving false police reports, for breaking into your house. You know, no one's gonna do anything for attempted murder, for
right.
kidnapping, because it's kidnapping when you block someone's car in. You know, so what I'm saying is when you have free range, and this goes for anything, whether it's selling dope, you know what I'm saying? People can sell all the dope they want if they are an informant. You
Right.
know, they ain't gonna do nothing to them as long as they catching up who they want, because they're counting the bodies behind bars. If you look at a bunk bed in prison, that
Mm,
make more money than an Airbnb. One body, what tax dollars paying them 125,000 per body, so a bunk bed making them $250,000 for the year. They
mm.
don't care. They want more bodies locked up. And see, when it comes to R. Kelly, they wanted his catalog, billions of dollars. What this
Yeah.
what's his name? Did he have to pay Sting $2,000 per day until he dies? Probably into perpetuity against his estate. $2,000 a
Mm,
day. See, when you're talking about money, like what R. Kelly has brought to the table for Sony and Universal Records, that's money that has fed hundreds of thousands of people.
and that's why we know that they're working so hard and desperate to keep this man behind bars.
Yeah.
But
And
like I
and
said, if the
mhm.
people would stop believing all of this bullshit every time somebody pop out in these motherfucking YouTube streets, like now they got this activist that's out there talking about he wants to go see R. Kelly and he's trying to help get kids out. People have got to stop just jumping at the first thing just because they think, oh, he will be able to help kids. That man is a crackhead. You can look at him and tell
Mhm.
he is a a recovering addict, or he used to be an
We
addict. Here
need
he
people
still
like the
might be an
Star
addict.
Report, these different people like Council, Gray, different people to probably get on board with this. You know, like people that got a voice and they're using their critical thinking skills that really, because I don't see them being informants or anything. They're really for what's right. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And and like with me, I'm for what's right. So if there was anything in my mind or anything that gave me an inkling that R. Kelly had done any of this, I wouldn't be writing. I wouldn't be doing this, right? Because number one, I broke it down even further than these cases. You know, there are people out here that have multiple baby daddies, multiple baby mamas, and they can say R. Kelly gave them herpes or whatever. But did he give you a child? Did he give you something that you can really sue him for?
Well,
You
I
know,
just want to know that how if they saying about the herpes thing, you can't. How can you give it to one or two, but the rest of them ain't got it? Don't make sense to
ding
me.
ding. And then the other thing is, R. Kelly, he said he flew down on a helicopter, was it, and proposed to his wife. And this was in 1996. So how did he have time to marry Aaliyah in 1994 when he was courting his wife? And then they
Because
had
it's
their first
all
child.
lies. It's all lies and it's all made up.
Right.
And if you really go back and think about it, a lot of this to me was them setting R. Kelly up from the very
The
beginning.
beginning.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
it
Because
started
they
with
figured
some,
that
you
he was
know,
worth more either dead or in jail than
mhm.
he is out in the free world because they don't want this man to have his money. They don't want him to have his, residuals,
But
income
it ain't,
coming in from his
what gets
royalties,
me
shit like
is
that.
that he's genuinely a good person. And when you say things like he was in a 10-year relationship with Rashonda, and Jennifer Bunjean did not say this in the presence of R. Kelly. See, they doing a lot of sneak stuff behind his back. Bunjean, I believe, is a mole, just like Steven Greenberg. I wonder who sent her because
Right,
she
right.
she she played like she was going to bat, like she knew the case like the back of her hand, and she was gonna score, the winning touchdown. She was gonna win this, you know what I'm saying? And it is
Prima
a
said,
winnable case because, but
Prima
you got to
said,
start
and the
by,
tape, Prima
mm-hmm,
said, and the tape was dated in either 98 or 99. The
nope,
fact that
that
the
tape was
fact
from
even the
1996.
timestamp is blurry is another example
Yeah,
given to how it was manipulated.
but even though it's blurry, you can still tell that the penis sizes are different.
Now listen, I wasn't looking at all that
You
now. I
didn't, but
wasn't
I
looking at the
did.
penis.
I looked at the
I wasn't
hairstyles, the
looking at
physique,
all
the
that.
penis size, everything.
But
And
now
also the dead giveaway is that the one man is paying her cash money on video before having sex, so that was meant to frame him. Plus he ejaculates inside of her. The other two sex scenes, the man or men do not ejaculate inside of those women, they pull out and ejaculate from outside of her. So that's indicative of someone who does not have multiple baby mamas. He has one wife and all of his kids from one woman. That is not indicative of the man that was on the tape with Rashonda. Not that portion of the tape. So that's why I was saying, Prima, when you're showing the other images, those other two images look similar to R. Kelly, whether it's him or not. But the man that's with Rashonda don't look nothing like him. Look like Carrie Kelly or Aaron Hall, but it don't look like R. Kelly.
did you
R.
say
Kelly was super
Aaron?
skinny back then.
I
Uh huh.
my whole thing is with the tape situation. I know that they were saying that the tape had been passed around from here. So and so had the tape, and the tape got sent here, and the tape got sent there. I'm just trying to figure out how was all of these people able to have child pornography, allegedly child porn,
Okay.
or even watch child porn and not be arrested them damn selves. Because
Okay.
if you gonna say that Kels is guilty of having child porn, then hell, they just as
Mhm.
motherfucking guilty.
So
So
let's look at the tape. Let's look at the
shouldn't
tape.
we be locking their ass up for
I
even
think the first thing we got to
watching the tape?
establish is the time frame. 1996. Who was angry with R. Kelly?
Well, who was that? Who was the one who wrote the article? What was his name? The
That
little
was in
fat white guy.
1994, and she got the same last name as Demetria Smith. Her name was Andra Smith. I don't know her last name. I have to figure it
No,
out.
no, no,
But
no.
it was
I'm
from
talking about.
Vibe. But who owned Vibe magazine? It's got
No,
to
no,
go
no.
through
I'm
them
talking
first.
about the white guy. The heavy set white
Oh
guy.
no, that didn't come to 2001, 2002. So we got to go back to the tape, the inception of the tape, because we got to get to who created that tape. It was
Cause
not R. Kelly on that
he
tape.
said they said that. Well, I know he said he received the tape. He received the tape that he
But
watched.
wait, you skipping ahead. We got to go back to when the tape was made. See, that Prima Donna talking about it was made in 98 and 99. Yes, what's her name? Sparkle would love us to think that the tape was made in 1998, which is why they claim to have played, that there's a song by NSYNC or somebody on that tape that came out in 1998. So they could easily record over that tape to set the year as 1998 because she don't want us to know that she pimped her daughter out at the age of 12. And Carrie Kelly told Wendy Williams that R. Kelly had bought a tape, a brand new Stephen King movie, and taped himself having sex with 12-year-olds over this tape.
EJ said Jim Dara Greasy. Yeah. Oh, Prima said, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at all the penis size, LOL, but there were other
hmm
things that didn't align with the video being authentic is the point. And like I said, maybe you missed the other images because I most definitely posted more than two.
I
And
understand that, Prima, but when you post an image that does resemble R. Kelly, then it becomes questionable if you're really for him because people thinking about the P tape girl and those images is not the P tape scene.
no, 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 no. When no, that's not what she's trying to say though. When she's posting his
I
regular
know she's
photo,
trying to say
it's
that
it's to
man on
show
the other
you.
two scenes were not even R. Kelly. I understand that. She's trying
Right,
to say that so,
right.
but the scene that is got him locked up is the scene with Rashona as a 12-year-old or 14-year-old on that last part of that tape. And where he's paying her cash money, that's the screenshot I would show that here he pays her cash money right before having sex with her. That's prostitution. So this portion of the tape was made to frame him. And if you go back to 1996, the people who were angry with him, besides Barry Hankerson and Demetrius Smith and his brother, who of course wanted money from him, was Sparkle, and that's Sparkle's niece. And what did Sparkle want? Sparkle wanted an album. In 1996, Aaliyah had came out and did her thing. Now it was Sparkle's time. So Sparkle, and it said that her cousin worked for Chicago PD,
Hold on. She said,
and
I
that
clearly
Sparkle
said
took
that the
that tape to her
images,
cousin at
she said
Chicago PD.
she said she clearly said that the images that look like him are manipulated regardless who it is. I know damn well y'all understand what I said from what she would have liked me to say and show. So yeah, but when Prima did, when she put it out, it was only to show you like the difference. You know
No,
what I'm
there's no
saying?
difference because that part of the tape, those two other sex scenes are more clearer images and they more clearly look like R. Kelly. Now, the other image where the man is more buff, more beefy, his head is thick and everything, his arms are built, his legs are more built. That's the man you want to show that, hey, this is the scene, the sex scene that brought the case in 2002. This is the sex scene that brought Rashona to his case here in the 20, the late 20s, 2020s or whatever. So you can't show those other images that resemble him, and not give the difference. You have to show the scene that brought the case to begin with, because now you're saying it was R. Kelly on the tape with the P girl. Because most people ain't seen the tape, so most people don't know that one girl is Lisa Van Allen and the other girl is more than likely his wife. So you're just showing those scenes where he was with someone that was of legal age. The a part of the tape that's important is the one where he was with Rashona or Rashonda, whatever her name is, because you can look at her body and you can see the face, because her face is it's a unique face, so you can compare the face of that woman on that tape, however old she was, 12, 14, if she was 21 or whatever, she still looks like Rashonda. And if Rashonda is this age today, well, then we could do our math to say, okay, she was 12 or 14 when this tape was
Right,
made.
Prima.
So Why y'all don't talk about one of the girls
on the same damn tape that Sue R.
because
Kelly.
you got to prove first off that that wasn't him on the sex tape, and that he didn't have a decade-long relationship with this girl, meaning he did not groom her. Because if
Well,
what y'all
you can
seeing,
easily prove that. Well, I mean, well, I don't know. It probably can't be proven now because I don't know if the man took it down. But
mhm,
I remember seeing a I guess a post that Damon Pryor had posted on his Facebook a long time ago. This was like back in the beginning. And he said out his own mouth, this was on a Facebook post, that that was him in the tape. And that people thought that it was Kels because they looked so much alike, and that he was a bot, like he used to body double for R. Kelly. Now I
you
remember
mean
him
to tell
saying
me
that,
that he
and that was
admitted
on a
to
post.
being with
Yes,
Rashona?
that he did. Well, he didn't say he was with
Yeah, that
Rashonda. Now
wasn't him,
he
because his
said that was
penis
him on
size
the
is
tape.
way longer than the other guy's penis. The other guy's penis is shorter with more girth. It's fatter. The other penises are longer.
Oh
They
well,
not
honey,
skinny. They just
I
longer,
didn't.
much longer,
Oh
and
well,
you can
see, I
see that.
wasn't looking at it. I didn't
Girl,
go that far, child.
I'm telling you, it was long, and this other guy is not like that. And this girl, Rashona, was able to do everything she wanted to do in this man because he wasn't built like the other men. I'm just giving y'all, as a woman, this is what I'm going to look at, because you have to, when you're looking at something, they kept saying about a black mold. That's not what proved that tape, that was not R. Kelly with Rashawn on that tape. A mole. That's not what proved. Because you can look at the three different sex scenes. If they're trying to say that all three men were R. Kelly, you have to then figure out what changed. What is the difference? Now, thank God, thank goodness that all of their physiques were not identical, like identical twins, right? Because personally, I think the guy that was with Rashona is Carrie Kelly. But I don't know why he would tell Wendy Williams that R. Kelly recorded over a Stephen King movie himself having sex with 12-year-olds. Because, and by him saying that, it does kind of make me think that maybe that is not Carrie Kelly with Rashona, simply because, you know, what is he telling us? Is he telling us that R. Kelly needed to film himself and hide it in plain sight in the cover of a Stephen King's movie?
I don't
Or
know.
is he telling us that someone tried to frame R. Kelly, put this movie over a Stephen King movie, cover the jacket with a Stephen King movie jacket, put it in R. Kelly's movie collection because they know he loves Stephen King movies? Because if you look at that tape, it is recorded over like a Stephen King movie, and put it in R.
Mm.
Kelly's collection. And then they would have called the police to his house to frame him with the
I
tape
don't know,
there.
but you know what? Maybe we can revisit this on another live because
Yeah.
yeah, I'm got to go to bed because I got
Okay.
to get up and go to school. I mean, damn, I said go to school in the morning.
Yeah.
Child, y'all know I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
I got to go to work. I'm
But what
sorry.
I'm saying
Tomorrow.
is, Sparkle made that tape, and Spitting Fire or the Mib, she read it. She read it in the paperwork. She said that Sparkle's cousin worked for Chicago PD,
Mm-hmm.
and that Sparkle took this video to her cousin way back then, not in 2001 and 2002, and asked her, asked the cousin what should she do. And the cousin, instead of taking the tape into police custody, whom she worked for, she told Sparkle to get a hold of an attorney to sue R. Kelly. So
Right.
from 1996 to 1998, now Sparkle is working with R. Kelly. Sparkle gets her album. Her niece that's in this video gets her gospel group and her gospel album. So to me, that was coercion, that was extortion. But R. Kelly knew that wasn't him. But why didn't he speak out? Why didn't he expose who that man was? Because he knew it wasn't him.
Right.
So was it Carrie Kelly? Was he protecting his brother? Because his brother hates him. But did he hate him that bad? And yet R. Kelly loved him still.
Mm.
So I can't
Pre-
believe you guys aren't bringing that out. That's where I'm confused, because the man is, he locked up. He ain't getting out unless you figure something out now. And at
well,
this point,
listen,
evil is
like
evil. Them people ain't come for it. They ain't taking
listen.
back what they did. They not sorry for what they did. And R.
At
Kelly's
the
gonna
end of
stay
the
there.
day, there's
Nobody ain't
nothing that.
apologized to me. My
Well,
life is
listen.
forever turned upside down.
There's
You know?
nothing that we can really do to get
No,
kills
but what I'm
out
saying is,
except for keep
y'all
advocating
acting like
like we
it's like
doing.
we gotta be quiet about certain things, and that's not the case, because we have this other group over here that's doxing people, just ruining y'all lives,
No,
you
we ain't
know,
got to be
or
quiet.
trying
Listen, we
to.
don't have to be quiet about things. But what I'm saying is to try to involve ourselves
Hmm.
inside this man's case like they did, it's only gonna make shit worse. Like the man is not even, you know what I'm saying, able to
Yeah,
um, you know, be out with his kids and enjoy his family because of all of this stuff that has went on. And us involving ourselves, like actually placing ourselves in this man's case, is not going to help him. It's not going to do anything for him,
like
and it's not going
asking
to do anything
questions,
for us
doing
itself.
some investigations.
No, but I'm saying like that. Yeah, now that's something totally different. But when I say involving ourselves in the case, I'm saying like I'm not finna be trying to contact this man's attorneys and doing it, all of that fundraising shit, like all of
But
that
I
stuff
really, I
that
really
can get this
think though,
man in
because see,
even more
once
trouble.
you gotta realize, when you locked up, when you behind them, when you locked up, you are locked off from the world. He don't know
I get
what
it.
none of these people have done. He don't know anything. And I don't think he understands the magnitude of what of him not saying anything. When he come on these platforms, the people that's listening to this, they thinking he worried about his residuals, but what about those girls? You see what I'm saying? He worried about these residuals, but didn't he groom Rashonda? Didn't he keep her captive for 10
Listen, these
years?
people can say what the fuck they want to say because at the end of the day, people's listen. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, grandmamas, granddaddies, met when they was 13 and probably younger than that. They was probably, I know my grandmama and my granddaddy. My grandmama was younger than my granddaddy. It wasn't a problem back then. Now all
Mm-hmm.
of a sudden it's rape, and well, let me say grape. It's grape and
Yeah.
it's molestation and all of that. But they
Yeah.
wasn't saying it when people was arranging marriages back in the
Right.
days for their young 12 and 13-year-old daughters,
Yeah, because
to
I pull up
marry
quite a
these grown
few
ass men.
15-year-olds married 27-year-old, 32-year-olds. I pull them up right here in my own county. That's
You
the way
got
it
you
was.
got girls, young girls now. Like what I got to say is basically don't get mad at the people shit. Get mad at the fucking people that's making the laws. If you are
Yep.
upset
Hmm.
because a 16-year-old is dating a 20-some-year-old man, hey, down here in Alabama, the age of consent is 16. It's
Hmm.
16. It is
Yeah, I
16.
and I kind of
So
it just made me wonder, like, when did this change? Because now y'all locking more of our men up. You know what I'm saying? And now it's gotten to the point where the men are completely removed from the family. Where had they been getting married and stuff, you see what I'm saying? Had these women been getting married younger, instead of just having babies from men they go to school with, and had babies from men that are 27, 30, you know what I'm saying, they 30s, late 20s,
exactly,
you
Prima.
would still be married. You wouldn't have the broken families that we have today. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So when they
But like
did
I
that,
said,
now look at, you got men hating women, women hating men, some, well, the majority.
yeah, but you,
But
like I
some of
said, you
us,
got
we
to be
still
mad at
care
the
about
laws.
each
We got to,
other.
if anything, people have to be mad at the laws. I'm sure that there's other states where the age percent it may be 15. It may
Hmm.
be 14 in some states, but you
Yeah.
can't get mad at a man that's in his 20s that wants to date a 16-year-old when it's legal for him to do so.
I actually
So
prefer it, because when you think about it and you're that age, right? You you fall in love. You can fall in love at that age. And a lot of times it be the older guys that you may see because they're more attentive, you know, they just it's a different vibe. And
Mm-hmm.
as women, we're already ready to be married, to be mothers. And I think personally we should get back to that, at least to courting. Well, okay, I have my 15-year-old daughter, he's 27 or he's 32. I want them to court. And then when she gets 18, I want, or whenever, you know what I'm saying? I want them to get married, you know,
Right.
because
Well,
a
you know,
woman is
I
supposed to
had
be soft, feminine, work from home or stay home. She's not supposed to be, you know, it's gotten out of hand at this point. I mean, I don't know, but I guess you gotta go. And I think that we can make that argument all we want, but with the society that we live in, we
mm-hmm.
got more hate than understanding.
That's true.
And we got the Tasha K's of the world. We got the whatever that lady name is I put in the chat. Um, Tamara Neely. Tamara Neely. She hates black people, and she's black. We got too much hate. We got there's too much to combat it. So instead of trying to say, okay, he went with younger girls and it was okay, it was accepted, though it was against the law. The law
Mm-hmm.
had recently changed in some
Right.
areas. Instead of us saying that, let's just get to the facts where R. Kelly believes in marriage.
Well, see,
R. Kelly has no kids out of wedlock.
my first boyfriend, I was 16 and he was 25. And we didn't, have sex or anything at that age
Mm-hmm.
because my mom was always, letting him know, like, hey, if you want to be with my daughter, you need to wait till she 18. She didn't know we was going together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But he went to my mother, asking her could he date me. And she wasn't with it. She was like, look, if you really want to be with my daughter, you're gonna have to wait till she 18. And I mean, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of guys, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't go to that person's mama talking about, hey, can I date your daughter? And your daughter's 16 and you 25. Because when she asked him how old, he was, he lied, of course. You know what I'm
I
saying?
too, I didn't looked at some of the old videos of the 80s, 70s, and I think what happened was the crack epidemic. A lot of parents allowed their kids to get pregnant at 13, 14, 15. Two
Oh
kids,
hell
five
no.
kids by age 21.
Mm-mm.
So when you got that kind of activity going on and you're not getting married, I think that's what became the problem. And then plus we had these so-called black leaders like in the church, in city councils and things, who were
Right.
telling the police to come into our neighborhoods. Yeah, there's videos I can pull up, South Florida, Miami, where they're telling the government to come into our neighborhoods, but they don't see what the lick read. They don't see the government put their housing there. The government, is taking your tax dollars to pay for this slum lord to house you. Because the project's rent wasn't $24 a month or $4 a month. It's the same price you get for Section 8. Now, Section 8 done took up rent in all these places. It wasn't just Airbnb, it was Section 8.
Well, shit,
Because
I need
that
some
the
Section
government,
8 then. They need to give me
it's
some.
our
Hell,
tax
where's
dollars
that?
that's paying. It's our tax dollars that's paying in Section 8. So if one day you want to talk about that, the finances, the money, where the money goes, you're gonna be surprised. There's Caucasian people that don't pay any
Baby, they
property
need to,
taxes.
that's what I need. They need to give me some damn Section 8 because baby,
Hmm.
rent is high. Okay. I ain't
Look
lying.
at the
It
property
is
taxes
high.
on these places. You're gonna be like, dang, okay, no wonder rent's so high. But what if you own that house? Why should your taxes go up and nothing else has improved? No schooling, no extra schools. Where all that money going? To the prisons
But and that's another reason
and the
why I feel
developers.
like a lot of times, things just don't get done because of to me it be the politicians, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of um
We
it's
could
just a
say
lot that goes into
we
politics
could
when
say
it
it's the
comes to.
politicians, but it's really Caucasians. Slavery didn't end; they got sophisticated. All if you minimum wage where I'm at, Florida, I think it's like $7.25 or $7.50. That's only $7.25 more than what a slave made.
Mm.
But now, what's coming out of that $7.25? It's not all going to cotton picking. It's going to down payment assistance for Caucasians, rebuilt Florida, like they house got destroyed in Fort Myers. A house is worth 600,000, where
Listen,
our government gave them 350,000 to rebuild it. Whereas when it comes to the hood, they cap your rebuild of your house to $30,000, and it's a shotgun house where you only have a 3 bedroom, 1 bath. All right. So therefore, where's this 300? Why they get $350,000 or whatever it costs to rebuild their house? See, I know this for fact.
I have no idea, but we will
Hmm.
revisit that on the next live.
But I'm
That's the next
saying,
question.
when you say you want Section 8, tell them, hey, I want your down payment assistance. Hey, I want
Hey,
my
they need to
property
give a
taxes
nigga. Hey,
lowered.
they need to give me some because I'm telling you, I'm so sick and tired of paying these folks every month. Like
Hmm.
straight up, I said I need to
But now it's affecting some Caucasian people. So some of them want property taxes to go away. But see, they're not going to tell you that they've been predatory doing it to our neighborhoods long before they started doing it to them. They just now feeling the effects because the money that was given to them was mishandled. And now you got the Chinese, the Indians, and
And
other
then
people
you got to
buying it
think
up.
about it. Them folks don't want black people coming into their neighborhoods here because when we
Hmm.
move in,
Yeah.
they move out.
Yeah, their
And that's
prices were
that.
higher, but now they can't even afford to be in their neighborhoods. But guess what the
Well, yeah,
government is
that's
doing?
true.
Guess what the government's doing? They're taking all these back loan payments, all these back mortgage payments, putting it to the back of their loan. So they behind 2 to 5 years or better behind on their payments. They put it to the end of their loan with zero interest. Now they could just start like this the first month they had to pay their
Well,
mortgage.
I tell you like this. To me, and I'm gonna just tell you why I don't want to buy a house. I wouldn't buy a
Mm-hmm.
house and to own it because right now I don't even know if I'm the type where I might
Mm-hmm.
not want to stay in this
In
place
that same
or
area.
whatever place, yeah, that long. So if I feel like moving, who the hell got time to be trying to put their house on the market to sell and blah blah blah? This is why
Mm-hmm.
I've never just wanted to buy a house. And then not only that, but if you don't own the land, then buying a house and having the house don't mean shit because
We
you
should
can
talk
buy that
about
house.
that on the
You
live
you
too.
yeah, you can buy that house and you can pay that house off and your ass still won't own it. Cause you don't you'll own the house, but you won't own the land that the house is on. So clock that T. Y'all be paying
I
for some
could
shit
I could
and they'll
possibly show
tell
you some
you
I could show you some properties where you could see how I'm going to show you some in like the Caucasian neighborhood where you could see
right.
the difference in the taxes and the difference in the housing prices that they paid for it and now what it's valued at today, right? Like I want to show you like
All right, Prima.
mhm,
No, Prima said she
you
was
know,
gonna come back for the replay.
okay. Yeah, cuz they it's just we're missing out. And if we don't wake up, like for example, right, you're in the perfect position because you don't own a house. Literally, I can my first house I bought, I only used $350 of my own money, and I
Oh,
got
that
that
was
back at
good.
closing. Yeah, and guess how much money I had in my bank account? $2,000. That's it.
Oh
And I
wow.
was in debt like $4,000 or so, two to four
Oh
thousand dollars
wow.
in debt. So you can buy a house while you're in debt. You can go into commercial real estate. There's so many different things that you can do, but we got to tell each other how to do it. You can have a 580 credit score, a 640. You don't have to have a 700. It's better
Right.
to have 750, 740 or better, but you don't have to. And right now, if this market crashes, if they allow it to crash, then you can get a house that would sell for 450 for like 130.
Yeah, see, I got a cousin that buy
Mhm.
houses and he fixes them up and sell them. Like it's not that I
Mhm.
could not have gotten a house if I wanted to, because I
Mhm.
could have did first time buyers and all of that shit.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm
I
saying. The
I
houses I'm
just
talking about
personally, yeah,
are going to be less than 10 years old. They're going to be the
yeah,
houses that people bought in 2019 from the ground up. They can't
right,
afford the payments. So what the bank is going to do, they're going to basically get a tax write off. And that's another thing, we're fronting that bill as well as taxpayers. So if they bought this house for 450,000 on a 30,000, sorry, 30-year mortgage, and it's only 5 years later, how is the bank able to sell it for 130? Because that other portion got written off. So this is what happened back in '08. You know what I'm saying? Really through 2015. So
right.
now we have to get our finances right, start paying off your credit, doing whatever you got to do. Go
Mm-hmm.
to a mortgage lender, not a bank, but a mortgage lender that deals with multiple banks, you know, and also go to a first time home buyers class, learn, what a HUD one is, learn how to read the closing documents, learn how to get the best interest rate, what it means,
Mm-hmm.
and learn how to decipher, break down what is a mortgage payment, your taxes, your homeowner's insurance, principal and interest. That's it. So you gotta, just do that. And then when the opportunity presents itself, you see a house, your mortgage may only be $450 a month on a house that you can rent out for 1,500. So if you don't want to stay there, oh well, you'll make $1,000. Now the rent is so high, you'll make
Right.
about a $1,500 profit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we
So
gonna come back and do a live
yeah,
about that, and you could tell us more about the housing market and stuff, cause that'll be something that people that don't know about can learn about.
okay. Are you in?
Yeah,
You
we
not
could
in?
do that.
You in Alabama? Okay. So
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
in
let you go.
Alabama.
Yeah, it's a good live. I'm supposed to be washing my clothes. I was washing
You
clothes.
good? You good? You good? Cause I have to get up and get ready for work
Hmm.
tomorrow. Shit, I supposed to been in the bed,
Yeah, I was
but
supposed
I
to
had
leave
came
out
off
of
for a
town
minute.
tomorrow. Well, I wasn't
Oh,
supposed to. I was gonna go take care of something, but I'm gonna take care of something else closer to home instead because I didn't expect to be up this late.
late.
I was,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I get it. Well, we'll come back and talk, and
Hmm.
you can break down some more for us.
I want y'all to break down. I got the questions. I hope y'all have some answers for
Wait a
me.
minute.
I
You
know.
talking about you got the questions. I ain't got no answers because I don't know. You have to ask somebody that is, really like fluent in all of this. And when I say the people that know more
Hmm.
about this care stuff, it's Dana and Prima. Those are the ones that, you know what I'm saying? Because to be honest, like I said, I'm just a
Hmm.
regular subscriber.
Yeah.
I've listened to the case.
So
I've
they did you
seen
like
a
they
lot of
did
the
me.
yeah, I did.
You're just
Yeah,
regular people.
yeah, just regular people. That's it. That's it. That's
Hmm.
all. Like I don't know Kels. I don't know anybody that Kels know. I'm not affiliated with nobody that Kels know. I have not had not one conversation with any of his attorneys. None of that. So I look. I don't know. These people on these internet streets, when it comes to Kels, they just crazy, crazy as hell. And they was just doxing and looking people information up, trying to see what they could see. I don't know if maybe they possibly thought that, um I was a part of the case or involved. I don't know what the fuck these folks thought, and really don't care.
Yeah.
I just, when I see wrong, I speak on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I
Right.
see
Right.
something that's out of place, I speak on it. The same way when she was doxing you over there, and I saw that she was telling people to, that's not right. If I see something that's not right, I'm gonna say something, and it's just not right. It's not right.
Yeah.
It's not right at all.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
to
care
claim
how much
she
you don't
wasn't
like a
doing
person.
it on the same live, that was crazy. And then to
Yeah,
share
she
this
did.
live,
Yeah,
and she
she
did.
did. Yeah, she did, and so did Angie. Angie did the same thing with putting Dana's information out there. But like I said, every dog got their day. Every dog
But
got
why
their
wouldn't
day.
she take the plea deal? That don't make no sense. Like, why would she not take that?
Because you got to think about it. When you got people that is, claiming to be your friends and they in your ear and they telling you, oh girl, you could beat this, he did this to you and he did that to you. What they don't understand is all of that is mutual combat. But when you go to putting trackers on people's cars, that's a whole different ball game. And as far as the threats and stuff with them going back and forth, arguing with each other over the internet, everybody has said things to everybody. We all have went back and forth with each other. That's mutual combat. But when you go to
Yeah.
putting people kids up and doxing people shit, that's
Mhm.
on a whole nother level. Now you have crossed over. Okay.
Mhm.
You went
Yeah.
above and beyond when you get to fucking with people kids and their livelihoods. And that's exactly
Mhm.
what they did. They went too far. I don't give a fuck about nobody getting on here talking about, oh, I look like Shamar and posting my pictures. You can put my pictures up and talk shit all day. I don't give a fuck.
Mhm.
That shit don't bother me. But when you get to talking about putting my kids up on a goddamn screen and
When they
putting
look
up
like
my job,
Quasimodo.
right, talking about telling people to call my job and do all this weird,
Yeah.
then I have an issue. That's crossing the fucking line. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
you putting a picture up talking shit, oh, this bitch bald head or whatever. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. None of it. Like you can do that all day long, but just don't fuck with my offspring, my children, my seed. That's it.
You know what
And
I was hoping
yeah, what's the problem?
that everybody could, like, on this side, you know what I'm saying, at least could just don't mention them, like unless it's pertaining to R. Kelly, like uncovering who did what. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I feel like then they should not do what they've been doing, right? But they're still going to do
Listen,
it either way. But at least people
exactly.
would see that, people on this side are taking the high road. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, Dana had been quiet. He hasn't even really said anything. When that
Mhm.
lady got out of court that day, she went live talking shit about Dana. So what do they expect? For this man just to sit back,
Mhm.
be quiet, and allow this lady to come out here and spew lies? No, he
Mhm.
came out, he defended himself, which is what he's
Yeah.
supposed to do.
Yeah,
If
but
somebody,
someone like her, she's trying to use those people against him. Like, she's even told her chat, "I'm gonna tell Ernesto on you. I'm gonna
yeah,
give Ernesto your name."
I got
Like,
the video. I got that video too. I recorded
like
that as well.
you know what I'm saying? I know Ernesto has these trumped up charges, but I know at
Right.
the end of the day, when he's out here in the free world, he's
Hmm.
that dude. You know what I'm saying? And for you to say something like that, you obviously know something too. But to bring on a Rico on this man, come on, man. Like,
Listen,
that needs to be
Sylvia
exposed.
ain't doing shit but using Nesto and Sonya and YSL, Jeffrey Daddy. She
Mm-hmm.
using all of them to get funds. Okay. And if you hear, go back and listen at the live that she not too long ago did. All
Mm-hmm.
she keep hollering about is credit. I want my credit. I want my credit. They ain't give me my credit. They using my stuff but won't give me no credit. And then when she
Mm.
called the news station said that they can't pay her, and she said, "Well, I just want the credit." She don't that lady don't care. She just want her name and credit so that people can say, "Oh, well, I got the information." She just want
Yeah.
people to know they got the information from her. But my thing
But
is,
girl, when she said,
where did she get the information from? Because we
when she,
know
yeah,
she ain't getting it on. She's not the one getting the information.
mhm. When she said that the money y'all donated to R. Kelly was her money because it's her
That's
business,
what she
I
said.
fell
That's what
out.
she
I was like,
said.
what?
She
Did
said
she
that was
really
her
say that?
money. Yeah, I got the video. Listen, I told y'all I record everything. Just like they record, I record too. And
Hmm.
I don't give a fuck about them knowing that I record. I recorded it. Everything that
Yeah.
they call themselves scrubbing off their channel, all that shit talking and scrubbing shit off their channel. I got it.
And she
I
keeps
already got it.
repeating it over and over.
All of
Like
that's
the
why
thing
I
she
got
repeated with Dennis
if you
Byron. I mean,
if
come
you
on,
go
man.
on my if you go on
Stop
my
it.
one of my videos, I did it's like a little series, a part one and a part two. Remember the times. That's
Hmm.
all about Sylvia and the scams and shit that she done. Just look at that video. It'll
Okay.
show you a lot. It'll show you all of the money that she has.
This is before 2023 as well. Like you got old stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is all of the stuff that
Hmm.
Sylvia has, the money and stuff that she raised, even on down to when Jennifer Bunjean told her not to send any money to her, that she was not accepting any money on behalf of Kels, and she sent it anyway. And Jennifer Bunjean got frustrated and made a tweet and said that she told her not to send any more money or send any money. And she sent the money back to Sylvia. And what did Sylvia do? She kept that money. She lied, talking about, oh, my sub said that I can keep it. Of course, we knew you was gonna say that shit.
And when there was a rally outside of YSL, she didn't even buy anyone a bottle of water.
Baby,
It
when
don't
she
cost
went to
much
the
to get
YS,
a
when
dollar
she
store
was at the
cooler.
rally, she was complaining. One of her subs went out of their way to buy some coffee and stuff for them. And
Hmm.
because she got a cup of warm milk, she was upset about that. Bitch, you didn't pay for it. So why you upset when one of your subscribers went out of their way to send y'all some stuff for y'all to have down there while y'all marching in the cold? Whoever the subscriber that purchased that shit didn't even have to do it. But that goes to show you she's very ungrateful.
Hmm.
Same shit
I
she
see
just
other
recent,
people give back to the channel, like give back to their
right.
subs,
Well, just like
and
she
I don't
just
hear her
recently
saying,
was
hmm,
talking shit about something that one of the subscribers had bought them some lunch. She was sitting in her car um at at the court trying to wait on
hmm,
somebody to come out with her, and somebody had bought her some food or something, and she was, oh, this is not what I wanted. Listen, lady, you they didn't have to buy that. Like, be fucking grateful. Like, that's what I
yeah.
be saying. She act like she paid for that shit with her own money. Like,
And that's
that's
the
what
thing
I
that
don't
I
like. I don't like
love.
when people are used.
That's the thing I love about us. Like I can tell when I'm dealing with one of us, like an African American, I can tell because we're grateful, we're thankful, we are
Yeah,
generous. You know what I'm saying? But this girl is scamming. She's scamming. Like
she's scared, but
you
they'll
is
find
you
out.
don't
They'll
you
find
don't
out.
come from, you're not used to having. We're used to not having too. But
Okay.
we don't, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time in the African American community, you probably gonna sell some dope or some, you're gonna do something to make some money. If it's gonna be illegal, you're not trying to steal from your people.
Listen, I
You
wouldn't
might,
give a
you know what I'm
damn if
saying?
I didn't have a dollar to my name. Coming to YouTube would be the last resort for me
Yeah,
on everything. My and
that's
that's
right.
how I've been my whole life. You know, I would rather go without than to ask a motherfucker for anything, because see, motherfuckers don't do shit but throw it up in your face about what they done did for you, and this, that, and the
Mm-hmm.
third. Now, in her case, this lady don't work, but she got able body. She get her ass up and go down there to that courthouse every day. So if that's the case, then she could take her ass to work. Those people over there in her chat, they enable her. This
Mm-hmm.
lady can work. Ain't nothing wrong with her. Nothing wrong with her. She could take her ass up there and get out and work. But I can't tell nobody what to do with their money. And that's their
Yeah.
money. If they want to spend it on her and they want to, have a whole nother dependent, then that's on them. Shit.
And she
They got a,
claims
a dependent.
she's
They can't
set.
even claim on their taxes.
She claims she's set as far as work. She don't need to apply for another job. So then, why not take the plea deal? Because you are guilty of what you did. You know what I'm saying?
She knows
Take the
she
plea deal
guilty.
for
That's why she
trespassing.
doing
It's
all
a
of this on
misdemeanor.
YouTube.
Time
She knows she
served.
guilty. She knows
You
she
know.
guilty. She knows she guilty. She guilty. And I don't
And
believe she's gonna get
I'm not
time
saying
served because that's a
for her,
traffic.
because really, in I really think that karma is gonna catch up to her. That she gonna get a lot more time than what she's thinking, and I think they're gonna
Um,
up the charges as well because of karma, because of what we've seen with the people surrounding R. Kelly. Like
right,
even with the fire from Hawaii to all of this mess that have occurred, Rashana dad dying, Angelo's son dying, even to Leah, all this stuff I see, like my intuition, I see these things. And also, even in my own situation, people died.
right.
So when I say karma, I saw her night. I saw her expression on her face. She's worried about something, but she just don't
Mhm.
know. Like she's even looking older. This stuff is she don't know. When you're dealing with a good soul like R. Kelly, a person like him, you don't cross, you don't do wrong.
Well, we will see what's going to
Hmm.
happen because eventually what's done in the dark is gonna come to the light sooner or
And she
later.
say she only got one child. She better. I'm telling you, this is not the life. You don't play with people that are. R. Kelly is protected. You hear him when he's on the phone. He's 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 okay, but they not gonna be okay. I'm telling you. I'm telling you now.
Well, we gonna see. We will
Mhm.
see. We will
Okay.
see. And on that note, y'all, I am
Mhm.
about to get up out of here. I have enjoyed y'all though.
Good night. Enjoyed you too.
Good night. Good night.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye, y'all. I'm finna get up out of here because I gotta go to work in the morning. Well, it's already morning, but shit, I ain't got to be there till like 10, but I'm still finna take my ass to bed. So, y'all have a good night. And please, y'all, please, please, please stay away from the scammers. Beware of the witches and warlocks that walk these YouTube streets. And don't be so quick to pull out y'all wallets. I know that people be on here, and they say that YouTube is a business, but yeah, please don't be bamboozled and hoodwinked, because these people will come on here with a sob story and be looking for cash apps. And on that note, I am up out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good one.